2 people shot by federal agents. What's up, everybody? I think I did that thing where I was talking and it didn't start until just now. So let me repeat what I was saying about this breaking news happening right now. Let me just confirm that. Yeah. So while we have all these protests going on in Minneapolis and in a lot of different states, I mean, it's wild right now. Let me just show you a quick live view of that. Apparently, look at this, bro. It's like out of a video game or something, like out of Fallout or something. While all this is happening, apparently there was this U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP agents. They shot 2 people, a man and a woman, in southeast Portland, Oregon. This happened around 2:15 or 2:18 p.m. Keep in mind, they're like on the West Coast or something. Time difference. And this happened near the 10,200 block of Southeast Main Street, close to the Adventist Health Portland Hospital in Hazelwood neighborhood. Portland police responded to a report of a shooting and confirmed federal agents were involved, but local police were not part of the shooting itself. So the injured man called for help shortly after, leading officers to find him and the woman with gunshot wounds near the Northeast 146th Avenue and East Burnside Street. Police applied tourniquets. Both were taken to the hospital, and their conditions remain unknown. So I can only imagine, that's going to add to the fire and flames of everything. Fire and flames, guys. End of times.
The officers that people see on the scene and have it taped off at this point, they were not involved in the shooting earlier this afternoon.
They are just holding down that scene right now. We're told the FBI will be investigating. Jennifer Singh is live at that same scene that Christina's at, a couple blocks away. You're standing by with State Representative Ricky Ruiz.
Yes, I am. He is Representative District 50, just neighboring of here. And you've spoken out a lot about ICE and border protection patrols in the area. What's kind of your reaction to all this?
Well, first and foremost, this is just completely inhumane, what we're seeing, what we're experiencing. We just saw what happened in Minneapolis yesterday, and here we are today. As far as we know, Border Patrol shot 2 individuals, and I think they're in the hospital right now, but this is completely like abuse of power that we're experiencing, and I can't believe it's happening in our backyard.
And as state representative, what more are you going to do after this?
Well, there's no question. We start our legislative session in February. We have a lot of policies that we're going to bring introducing in the short session here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to do everything in our power to ensure that we're holding federal officers accountable and ensure that we're offering protections for those who are being taken advantage of by this administration.
And have you seen instances of Border and Customs Patrol in the area quite a bit?
Yes, especially in my area. I represent District 50, which is Gresham. We've seen an uptick of ICE agents patrolling, stopping people over, and we actually just got reports a couple of weeks ago of their, saying that they're utility workers and luring people out of their apartments and their homes to take them away. So no question, this has been happening for a long time.
All right, and any other message you have for the community right now?
Obviously, we have Portland police who is doing an investigation.
Comcast acting up again, too.
To please stay peaceful, let our law enforcement do the investigation, and just make sure that anything that we know and anything that Portland knows, I'm sure it will be shared to the public as soon as possible.
All right, thank you. Again, this is Representative Ricky Ruiz. I appreciate it. All right, Deb Wright, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Jen, thank you very much. We are starting to hear from representatives, our congressional representatives. Senator Merkley recently posted a statement on X saying huge concern about a reported shooting of 2 individuals by federal agents outside Portland Adventist Hospital. My team and I are closely monitoring the situation and are working hard to get answers. I will share any updates as I learn more. Please keep protests of Trump's ICE CBP peaceful, as Trump wants to generate riots. Don't take the bait.
And that is a common message we're hearing from local leaders here as well. This all unfolded while City Council was in a just regular meeting. There was also a protest at City Hall involving this.
Never seen anything like that before. Then once she said that, counselors were rushed up to the 4th floor, that's the mayor's office, and then we saw Portland Police Chief Bob Day go up. We were speaking to protesters who were already outside the mayor's office. They were protesting the existence of the ICE facility out in South Portland. One of them told me that they got a tip that there was an ICE-related shooting. Turns out it was not ICE agents, it was federal agents from Customs and Border Patrol, but we did not know that at the time. Of course, we did our research, we got on the ground, and we were able to find some of those specifics and get them confirmed. But during this time, we were just hearing reports of protesters who got information off a police scanner. That's how we put it together. Then at around 3:40 in the timeline, the meeting began again at City Council, and that's when the council president said that basically there was a shooting involving federal agents and that 2 people were harmed, though thankfully they are alive, and there will now be a vigil here at around 6 p.m. according to a Democratic Socialist organizer. He says they're working with City Council to raise awareness on what happened today. They all unilaterally condemned it. Deb and Wright, I'll send it right back to you. We're here and updating you with more information as we get it.
Okay, Thunby, thank you.
All right,
Oh,
let's
boy.
take a live look now
All right.
back to Shelby Slaughter, who's on the scene of where the shooting happened, actually at the Adventist medical facilities. Shelby, show us that scene again and walk us through what you've learned.
Yeah, right. So I do want to point out here in this parking lot, you can see FBI agents here on scene. We also do have Portland Police on scene as well. And I know you guys have been reiterating.
What's up, guys?
This is not Portland Police's case, but they are on scene. The FBI is working on this case. Now, if we look over here to the left, you can see under this medical 3 office, that red caution tape, I am told that is where the shooting happened. So the shooting happened right over there in that area. And police tell me the 2 people drove themselves from that area to the area where you are seeing Christina and Jen. Now, I do want to note this is a medical center, so patients are actually going out the back door. We won't zoom in too closely because of their privacy, but we are seeing people being escorted here out the back door, and a lot of people are rightfully shaken up by this. And I do want to note here that Portland Police have said that there will be a press conference here in the coming hours. They haven't said who will be leading that, especially since, again,
The press conference coming up.
leading this investigation. So we are waiting to hear if the FBI will be speaking tonight. But until then, I'm going to send it back to you guys.
Shelby, I have a question. If you can describe a little bit about where you are, because Adventist Health, there's the hospital and there are medical buildings. Is this the hospital, or is that just are those medical buildings offices behind you?
So the hospital is right here where you're seeing. We're going to point to that right there so you can get a lay of the land. There is the hospital. And then if you come over here, this is just, I believe, a health medical center. I haven't gotten too much clarity on what kind of medical treatments people come here, but we have seen people come in and out with patients, and doctors are coming out walking and making sure people get to their cars. So it is seemingly a place where patients are coming to get some kind of medical treatment. And again, Deb, to your question, it is very close to the hospital and the parking garage.
Shelby, thank you.
All right, we're going to give you a little reference of where this is all happening. We've got a map from the police bureau. Shelby Slaughter is at that red dot on the left side. You see I-205 running on the left side of your screen. That dot is where the shooting happened at Adventist Health. That other dot on the other side of the screen at 146th and Burnside is where these 2 people went after they were shot. That's where police bureau officers went and applied first aid. That's where the people drove to after they were shot.
That's an apartment complex area. Christina Giardinelli is at that location, 146th and Burnside. And Christina, I know you've been talking to witnesses, people who saw the victims.
Yeah, I have, Deb. And right now, I'm just going to step aside so you can see tensions are really escalating right now between police and some of the bystanders, some of the neighbors. We did just see the caution tape, the police tape extended. So they're moving people further back, and people were really upset about that move. There was a lot of yelling, some curse words, police doing their best, from what I can tell, to maintain their calm. They have not escalated or done anything. There have been hands reaching out over the caution tape.
What's up, everybody?
I did see just about a minute ago 3 FBI agents right on that corner where you're seeing Portland Police Bureau right now. FBI agents moving in towards the apartment complex. Unclear where they are at this point in time, but they did just walk into this. People getting upset here, and that anger is being at times directed towards the Portland Police Bureau, who I want to remind you, as of what we know right now, had nothing to do with the shooting that occurred. They are here monitoring this situation.
Portland
FBI
Andy's
agents
live.
came in, and right around when that was happening, they moved the caution tape, which escalated some of the yelling at them. But they are standing there, as you can see. We'll continue to monitor this and bring you any updates that are going on as these tensions continue to escalate. For now, back to you guys.
Okay, Thembi, thank you. It is 4:30 on this Thursday afternoon. If you are just joining us, we are following some breaking news. Earlier this afternoon, just after 2 o'clock, 2 people were shot by federal agents. We are hearing word at this point that was Customs and Border Patrol agents. That was at near Adventist Health at about 100th and Southeast Main. And then they were discovered several blocks later over on the right side of your screen at about 145th and Burnside, the east side of town.
At the moment, what we know is that those people were taken to the hospital. They are alive, but their condition is not known right now. As Deb said, that call came in around 2:15. We've showed you earlier the shooting happened at the medical offices there at Adventist Health, and then those individuals drove to where Christina was. Portland Police Bureau, according to the reports we have right now, were not involved in this. ABC News reports they were Customs and Border Patrol agents, and the FBI will now be investigating this case. We're getting a lot of reaction right now from our local leaders, from our federal leaders, and we have our teams all across these scenes.
We will get to those statements from our leaders in a bit, but first we want to go to K2 Shelby Slaughter, who's at the scene of where the shooting took place, just outside of Adventist at about 100 and Southeast Main Street. Shelby, what can you tell us?
So let me show you a lay of the land right now. So to my left, right there where that sign is, that is the emergency room. And if you come across the street, this is a medical office. I'm told doctors are here. You can get x-rays here. And right under that awning where the medical office 3 sign is, that red caution tape, that is where the shooting happened. Now, a Portland police spokesperson tells me the shooting happened there and the 2 people drove themselves to the apartments where Christina at.
The end of times. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Sorry, I was having some connection problems. The regulars, you guys know. So I had to lower the bit rate just to make it through. But it's crazy, man, what's happening. So we had this major situation. We had the Minneapolis, I keep saying the other thing. The Minneapolis shooting, which I have more information about that, actually. We can talk about that later, but massive protest happening everywhere, dude. Let me pull up. Let me show you Minneapolis right now. Minneapolis. Let me show you this on the side. I mean, streets packed. Remember, there's going to be a time difference. So one is going to it's going to be nighttime. The other one's going to be looking daytime right now. Time difference, so different time zones. Look at this, to the streets, marching. And in various states all over. There was even a feed. Damn, bro. Where these people started making a barricade.
I'm a little tired, but yeah, here, yeah. That's the one from 100 to 330. Oh, shit. You got me, dude.
Let me see if I can show this barricade thing. All right, Layla, when you have a chance, if you could send me that citizen link with the barricade. I honestly, in the sea of links, I can't find it right now. My internet's taking a complete shit. So I'm gonna have to do something right now to make a jump. Crazy jump. It's so ridiculous.
We want to know more. We want to know what's going on. So people are really looking for more information on this. We're going to follow where they're going, see what's going on here, and bring you guys the latest.
Okay. Thank you so much, Christina.
Let's get to Jennifer Singh. She is at that same scene on the other side, just a couple of blocks away. You can see that apartment complex Christina was at right behind Jen. And Jen, we understand you have someone standing by with you. Do they live in that area?
No, this is Cammie, correct? And she doesn't live in this area, but she's been protesting against the use of force and ICE over the past couple of months. Can you kind of describe why you're out here today?
Yeah, I'm out here today because I heard about that ICE had shot 2 Portland residents, and I just think that the violence that's happening is outrageous. So I had friends who were at City Hall and were trying to meet with the mayor to discuss with him what is going on and how ICE has been so violent and using such force in our area. We've been advocating for that for a while, and they were informed he was in an emergency. Political violence is increasing, but just to see this happen, 2 people shot today in Portland right after that is so insane.
And what's kind of your message to, I know you don't live here, but people in the community here?
My message to people in the community here is that you have to fight back. We have to stand up against what is going on right now. These are our constitutional rights, and everything that we stand for as people who believe in rights for other humans, all of that is being threatened right now. This is violence that we've seen coming up for years. Police violence is not a new situation. Law enforcement violence is not new. People have been speaking up about this in Portland for a long time, and so we need people to show up and to make your rage heard, because we can't just sit at home being upset about this. You have to show up
you guys
and
hanging
show
there
your
with me?
rage,
Still
because
here?
this violence will continue unless we do something about it.
All right, Cammie, thank you. And again, we are right across the street from the scene. You can see Portland police are on scene. There's a large police presence. But again, this is not Portland police who are investigating or involved in the shooting. But that's all we know. We are still waiting for more information, and I'll send it back to you, Deb.
Okay, Jen. Thank you so much. We want to show you a tweet that went up earlier this afternoon. It has since been deleted, but it is from Portland FBI office, and it says FBI Portland is investigating an agent-involved shooting that happened at approximately 2:15 near the 10,000 block of Main Street in Portland, involving Customs and Border Patrol agents, in which 2 individuals were wounded. It remains active and ongoing investigation led by the FBI. Follow this thread for updates regarding the matter, but that tweet has since been deleted.
And Victor Park is actually live for us at that original shooting scene, which is a health clinic, the Adventist Health Clinic. Victor, we saw a number of unmarked police cars pull in and go under that awning. So walk us through the scene behind you and what those officers are doing.
Yeah, I want to make clear that this is the clinic right over here. There are several buildings. This is building 3 right here. We actually spoke to a couple who was being seen at this hospital, and they're being told that they were allowed to go inside even though this scene is happening outside of the hospital, and that people are being escorted. Patients are being escorted in and out of the hospital. And then just a few feet down, this is where you see the awning right there. Then you see that truck. That truck is it's a black truck, appears to be from the FBI, because I did see several FBI agents around that. On the other side of that truck is where a car is at, and we've been watching that car for the last few minutes, and just sitting there with 2 doors open, both the driver's side and the passenger side, and then there's yellow tape around it. But what's interesting is that we see this yellow tape, right in front of the car, which obviously you can't see now because of that truck, there is red tape, and typically that red tape is sort of a zone where only certain officers could go past that. As I've been covering so many different kinds of shootings involving officers, this time involving federal agents, but that is the scene right over here, just on the outside of that part of the clinic. Again, a lot of people coming here right now, a lot of spectators, people wanting to know exactly what happened. I should also mention that the patients that I spoke to came out, they had no clue what was going on. They were sort of shocked to see the amount of people here, the amount of news media members, and of course the amount of police. And I had told them what happened, and they were certainly shocked to also hear that this happened right outside the hospital that or the clinic that they were at. And so that is sort of what's happening right now here, but I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Victor, I got a quick question. Can you see underneath that awning behind you? The police bureau has confirmed that's where the shooting happened. I'm wondering if can you see underneath that awning, or have they totally blocked it off?
We could. Let's actually go over here, Tim. He's on a tripod, so bear with me. But let's come over here and let's show you the awning, because it is right over there. I do see some federal agents right on just outside of the awning right there. And you see, actually, let's see this Portland police. This is the one that, this officer, she's the one who appears to have been escorting people in and out of the hospital. So I want to make sure we're pointing that out, because again, if you have an appointment here, obviously you want to call the clinic and figure out if you could still go in. But that is what they've been seeing. But to answer your question, right, that is what we see underneath the awning. A lot of tape, a lot of yellow tape, and then there's that red tape on the other side of that. And then just outside of the awning is where the car is at. I should also mention, because we've been talking about the scene at 146th and Burnside, that is 2.7 miles away from here. It's about an 11-minute drive. And so who knows what brought the two people to that location, but I should also mention that because I've been looking at the map and kind of figuring out, what it takes to go all the way over there. It's not a few blocks down from here. It's 2.7 miles away.
Okay, Victor, thank you. We do want to read some of the statements coming through from our representatives. This is from Maxine. Can I read the Congresswoman Dexter's
Yeah, we're jumping into the tunnel.
She's released a statement saying, just one day after the horrific murder in Minneapolis, I received reports that 2 people in my district were shot by federal immigration officials this afternoon in East Portland. Both individuals are alive, but we do not know the extent of their injuries. ICE has done nothing but inject terror, chaos, and cruelty into our communities. Trump's immigration machine is using violence to control our communities. Straight out of the authoritarian playbook, ICE must immediately end all active operations in Portland. I will share more updates as they become available. I am demanding full accountability and transparency. I encourage our community to stay calm and show courage in this moment.
Shelby Slaughter speaking to DA Nathan Vasquez right now. He's just arrived on scene.
What do we need to do here, guys?
I'll give you a moment to get set up.
Yep. You can wait.
We get on the other side of you.
Yep, no worries.
Vasquez is speaking.
DA Vasquez is about to speak about what happened here at this medical center. We're just waiting for some more cameras to get into position.
All right.
We're just waiting for some more cameras to get into position, but DA Nathan Vasquez is about to make a statement about what happened here at this medical center, where we know 2 people were shot by U.S. immigration enforcement. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Everybody folks ready? Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. Of course, I'm very concerned and about the events that have transpired here today. We are here from the District Attorney's Office to monitor, to assist, and to make sure that there's a thorough and complete investigation, that evidence is fully preserved, and that we're certainly hoping that we can get all of the facts about what transpired here today, and we will work to update the public as we go forward and get more information.
Who's the head investigator on this right now? I know PPP is not.
Right now, I don't have a lot to say about that as this investigation is starting to unfold, and certainly the different agencies involved are coming together But we are working closely with Portland Police, and the FBI certainly is here, and we're making sure that that they have all the resources that they need. And of course, our priority and main concern is that there's a thorough and complete investigation, that all facts that can be learned are obtained, and that we can get as much information as possible.
What's your message to the community right now?
I think the message to the community is that local officials are very carefully monitoring this, and we're making sure that the interests of this community are well represented, and that this investigation is done in a thorough and complete manner.
Can you say anything about the scene? You were just over there. Thank you. Okay, so you guys just heard from Nathan Vasquez. That was an impromptu press conference. As you just heard, he is going to let officials here do their jobs. That is the FBI that's on scene. And right, I did write down an answer to your question because you were wondering who is coming here in these marked cars. That is an evidence response team with the FBI.
Okay, we're here.
So that's who we saw just
we're live.
on scene
You guys
right
see
before
me?
Nathan
Well,
Vasquez
not see me, but hear
was
me.
on site, and he's going to let this play out. He's going to let everyone do
5,000
their
people.
jobs on scene right now before his office
Oh man, I'm
takes
so
the
sorry.
next steps. Again, we are expecting a press conference here in a matter of hours. Let me just, he's still over here. Let me see if I can get him again. You guys can stay with us. Dia Vasquez. Can I ask you one question? Are you able to say anything about this scene since you were just over
I cannot
there?
say anything about the scene. This is an ongoing investigation, so
Okay.
can't comment on the scene.
Do you know anything about the victims?
It's not something I can comment on.
Okay. He just said that was not something he could comment on right now. But as you can see, he is going back into the scene right now. So any other updates we get, we'll bring them right here to you. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Shelby, for going for that further step to asking that question. We do want to clarify, we do not know what led up to this shooting. This all took place about 2:15 outside of where Shelby is standing by outside the Adventist Medical Office building. About 2:15, then another call came in several minutes later. 2.5 miles, is that what it was? 2.5
what
miles
Victor
away?
said.
Where Victor is at 146th and East Burnside, but we do not know what led up to this scene with the federal agents shooting those two people.
Yeah, I was just saying, Victor's the one that gave that great frame of reference that it's 2.5 miles those people drove from where they were shot, and there's a map of where that is. That red dot on the left side is where Shelby and Victor are at the medical clinic there, and the other dot is 146th and Burnside where these individuals went. And as Deb said, we don't know what led up to the shooting. We are also monitoring DHS, the Department of Homeland Security. They've not issued any statement. The FBI gave a very cursory statement, but that's since been deleted. So we really don't have any official word right now from federal agencies about what they're doing, about what happened here. And we've seen that DHS in the past has weighed in very quickly. So we'll keep monitoring that. We're just getting reaction from our elected leaders.
And the shooting scene, we did say it took place outside a medical center, but right across the street is the emergency room. That is where the main hospital is. You have to imagine there will be camera footage of what happened, what unfolded.
Exactly, and I'm actually going to reach out to Victor and Shelby there and see if they can spot cameras on that medical clinic, because that would certainly give a vantage point of what happened. It happened underneath that awning. A very good look we got from Victor, where you can see that red tape really centralizing the location. There's a live look at it, and you're seeing it happen underneath that awning. We've got that confirmed from police, and you see that FBI evidence team that Shelby talked about. They've since gotten there in the last 15 minutes or so. They've now turned a light on, so it looks like everything is focused here at this clinic.
You can imagine they'll be there for several hours this evening, and they've been escorting patients outside of the medical building. We do want to go to the second scene, which is that 2.5 miles away where Christina Giardinelli is live at 146th and Burnside.
Yeah, Deb, I want to give you a quick look at what we just found here. This red vehicle, I believe the red truck there is what a lot of people have been describing. All of the neighbors here I've talked to that said they saw the vehicle drive in with the wounded individuals described it as a red truck. We're seeing that red truck there. We're also seeing FBI agents, not here right now, but I'm watching them going. Actually, you could see over to the right one FBI agent coming out of it looks like an apartment, one coming from the left, all surrounding that red truck. So it does appear that that may be the vehicle in question here. Hard to get a good look at it. Maybe with the camera lens, you can see it a little better than even I'm seeing it right now. But we are seeing a lot of FBI agent activity. Most of the federal FBI agents appear to be surrounding that truck, working on investigating around that truck. I can tell you, I've been talking about the tensions here in this neighborhood and the people arriving, and I can tell you those still pretty high. We're hearing some yelling back and forth. Some of the streamer situation that you have seen maybe at ICE, where one streamer is kind of yelling at another live streamer and not wanting to be on camera. We're starting to see some of that. We're also starting to see a lot more masked individuals arriving. So the situation here does appear to be escalating a little bit, although everything so far has remained peaceful. I haven't seen anyone raising hands or anything like that, but we'll be monitoring that situation, especially as the sun goes down now. We know that's when these situations can get even more tense. Not a huge Portland Police Bureau presence. I'm counting maybe 15 patrol cars here in this immediate area. So we'll have to see how that plays out throughout the night. But we'll watch that closely. Like the scene that we see play out, for example, outside ICE. There's a lot more neighborhoods, a lot more families, kids here even standing around. So we'll definitely be watching this closely and updating you on everything. You might hear a little bit of yelling that's been going on periodically, and we're watching these situations play out. We'll come back to you guys.
Christine, I got a quick question for you. Our viewers are seeing us how we
got trolls?
This is all happening as we're on the air.
What's going on in the chat? I've been in distress. Is this trolls? Let me turn on subs only. So this is a really crazy situation. I'm sorry I've been so distracted. I've been trying to maintain the live because all these problems were happening. That's the weird thing. So Guy Actual says this doesn't make sense. Why? Like if DHS had shot, they would have called for an ambulance. Yeah. How did these people get shot? I guess ran off and then called the cops to be rescued by the cops. You know? Why didn't DHS call?
Those individuals who had driven there and were wounded, officers treated the individuals there and then took them to an area hospital. We're still not sure where they went, and we should note we don't even know their condition.
We don't.
We're told they were alive earlier, but we don't know anything about their condition.
And we still don't know what led up to the shooting in the first place. So we are trying to break that down and find out the details of what happened. In the meantime, let's go to Jennifer Singh, who is live just a couple blocks down from where Christina is. Are people gathering where you are?
Well, no, Deb. We actually just moved because no one was gathering. We were originally at 148th in Burnside, and we have since moved down here to 146 in Burnside. You can see the crowds of people on the other side of the street where a bunch of police officers are on scene. We also did see FBI agents knocking on the doors of apartment complexes across the street. We've been seeing them go door to door. We're not sure exactly why they've been doing this, but probably to get some more information, as we can tell. And as you can see from this side, you heard Christina talk about a lot of people in this area and tensions rising. You can see crowds of people are forming over here. A lot of people just coming out to see what's going on. Again, there's still a lot of questions that we don't know the answers to. I talked with a good number of people who still did not know what had unfolded here. Again, want to reiterate, this is about 2.5 miles from where that shooting took place, and the people that were injured were transported to the hospital from here. And again, this is the area of 146th in Burnside where those two people were found. Now, again, we still are unsure what led up to this shooting, but we do know Portland police are on scene. They are assisting in this investigation, not leading it. We are still unclear who is leading it, but again, FBI agents have been going door to door. We are working to figure out what they are asking people in this area. But again, we do have Christina Giardinelli on the other side also talking with the neighbors over there. But we, of course, will stick over here and see any new details that we can. But I'll toss it back to you.
Have breaking news in this developing situation. We now have a statement from the Department of Homeland Security. It's right here. At 2:19 Pacific Standard Time, U.S. Border Patrol agents were conducting a targeted vehicle stop in Portland. The passenger of the vehicle and target is a Venezuelan illegal alien affiliated with the transnational Tren de Aragua prostitution ring and involved in a recent shooting in Portland. The vehicle driver is believed to be a member of the vicious Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. When agents identified themselves to the vehicle occupants, the driver weaponized his vehicle and attempted to run over the law enforcement agents. Fearing for his life and safety, an agent fired a defensive shot. The driver drove off with the passenger, fleeing the scene. The situation is evolving and more information is forthcoming. So there we have an official response from the Department of Homeland Security.
That's the most official that we've heard of what unfolded in the moments leading up to the shooting. Let's go to K2's Victor Park, who's live at the medical center where this all took place earlier today. This happening just 2:18 in this afternoon. Victor?
Yeah, some very interesting details right over here that we just heard But take a look right over here. There are more FBI agents, more federal agents arriving, as you see right over there. That truck also has moved forward, allowing us to have a better angle of this. Now you see over there those FBI agents and of course all that tape, and then there is a car over there that I was referring to in my last live shot with the two doors opened. Who were in that car? We do not know, of course, right now. Earlier I heard Wright talking about surveillance cameras. You know, I actually haven't seen any and do not see any around this building and around this awning, so possibly by the entrance there could be some surveillance cameras that really could paint a picture exactly what unfolded here. But yeah, I have not seen any surveillance cameras from my angle at least. But you see this Portland police officer with this person there. This is something we've been seeing, this officer escorting people from the facility and to their vehicles or out to the sidewalk. And so that is what has been happening here. Also, what we're seeing here is quite the contrast to what we're seeing 2.7 miles away at 146 and Burnside. We're not seeing any protests here. We're not seeing any, I mean, it's mostly members of the media and a few others who are just coming here and taking pictures, some social media influencers we've also seen, but that's pretty much it. There is also security from the facility telling people to stay off the property, to stay off the grass. But pretty calm over here. I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Victor, thank you. We want to go a couple miles down the road where K2's Christina Giardinelli is at the scene where the two victims ended up and outside that apartment complex. Christina?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit more of an update here just in looking from what's going on. We saw FBI agents entering an apartment right here. It's unclear why. It's closed right now, but I can tell you the green door that the camera will zoom into right now, right next to those mailboxes, that door was open. FBI agents were going in there, at least 2 or 3 of them, talking to what appeared to be a resident there. It's unknown what the connection is, if there is a connection. Wright asked me earlier whether or not the individuals whether I was able to find out if the individuals live in this complex. Still unknown. From what I can tell, from what I have heard, people are saying that they may have come here because they knew someone, knows someone. So it's unclear whether or not that was just an interview of someone who may have seen something or whether that person is connected. But we're keeping a close eye. I want to pan the camera just real quick over so you can get an idea of how many people have been gathering here at this scene right now. A few of those individuals coming from the neighborhood here in the area, and then a lot of other people are just gathering from all around the city. From what I can tell, we do have masked individuals covering their faces with black masks. So some of what you see at the protests, and there have been some incidents of shouting back and forth at each other. Also some incidents of shouting at the Portland Police Bureau, which is the one most visible here. They are on the closest to the caution tape to the areas that are immediately facing some of these bystanders, some of these individuals. So they're taking the brunt of this while FBI agents are investigating. Portland Police Bureau that we know of had nothing to do with this shooting, but they are monitoring this perimeter right now, and we'll come back out here and keep you guys informed as we're watching this.
Okay, Christina Giardinelli, thank you for joining us. That was 146th and Burnside, where a lot of activity is still happening and people are gathering there in protest of today's events.
And as we've been telling people, Portland Police, just the most visible agency, but not involved in this shooting. DHS had confirmed that was federal agents. So Christina's out there with Portland police officers that are handling that scene, but not involved in the actual shooting that is under investigation.
That's right.
From K2 News, this is breaking news.
And of course, that breaking news that we've been covering the past couple hours, federal agents shoot 2 people in Portland. Both are in the hospital tonight. Their condition is unknown. This happened around 2:15 this afternoon near 102nd and Main. That's right by Portland Adventist Hospital. The 2 people shot were found more than 40 blocks east of there near 146th and Burnside.
We have team coverage for you right now. We have multiple crews at the scene of where the shooting happened, as well as where those 2 individuals drove after the shooting. We've also got a crew at the ICE facility in South Portland. We're going to start with Jennifer Singh at the scene of where those individuals drove to at 146th and Burnside. Jen, what's the latest out there?
Well, right now, I'll take a step away so you can see the scene. Again, this is 146th and Burnside, where, like you said, the 2 people that were shot drove themselves 2.5 miles away over here. And you can see Portland police are on scene, and we also have been seeing FBI agents going door to door, talking with what appears to be residents in the area. Now, again, Portland police are not involved in this situation, but they are on scene assisting. Again, we still are waiting for a lot of information. But again, it was just before 2:30 that Portland police say officers received a call that one person at least had been calling for help, reportedly being shot. And on scene, they found a male and a female with apparent gunshot wounds. Now, officers did aid in medical care before the 2 were taken to area hospitals. Again, their situation and their conditions at this time are unknown, but officers have determined that the 2 people were injured in the shooting had involved federal agents. Now, as you can see, a lot of people are lining the area over there. We've been seeing some confrontations between protesters, what appeared to be protesters, and Portland police. Again, Portland police had nothing to do with this shooting tonight. But the area of 145th to 148th of East Burnside, the westbound lanes are blocked off at this time, but the MAX does appear to still be running. Now, of course, we will still be out here talking with the neighbors and trying to get any additional updates that we can. But for now, I'll toss it back to you guys.
Okay, Jen, thank you.
All right, we have official word from the Department of Homeland Security about what happened. We got this statement at 4:52 posted on X. It says at 2:19, U.S. Border Patrol agents were conducting a targeted vehicle stop in Portland. The passenger of the vehicle and target is a Venezuelan illegal alien affiliated with the transnational Tren de Aragua prostitution ring and involved in a recent shooting in Portland. The vehicle driver is believed to be a member of the vicious Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. When agents identified themselves to the vehicle occupants, the driver weaponized the vehicle and attempted to run over the law enforcement agents. Fearing for his life and safety, an agent fired a defensive shot. The driver drove off with the passenger, which is where Jen was, fleeing the scene of that shooting. The situation is evolving and more information is forthcoming.
And we just received that within the past 10 minutes, that statement, the official statement about what happened, what led up to the shooting. We want to go back live to the scene of where this all took place just after 2 o'clock, about 2:18, where K2 Shelby Slaughter joins us live. Shelby?
Yeah, Deb, let me show you exactly where this happened. Right where that sign is, it says Medical Office 3. There's some red caution tape. That's where you see FBI agents surrounding that red caution tape. We're seeing flashes happen over there, which I assume to be photos of the area. We also see that black, almost truck-looking vehicle where agents are coming in and out of to get tools to process this scene. And I do just also want to note here, you know, this is an area where doctors and x-rays, and it's a medical building where medical things take place. And we are seeing staff try to get their cars because their cars were in this parking lot. So the FBI and Portland police are really trying to manage the scene. They have this caution tape up that you can see here that was trying to block this this parking lot, but they had to take it down because so many staff members are trying to leave. Now, if you look a little deeper back here into the parking lot, you can see FBI agents are here. There's also a command truck back there that they're walking in and out of as they try to process this scene. And I also do want to note here that patients were inside this building when the shooting happened, and we are seeing patients being escorted out of the back to their cars safely. And if you were just joining us, District Attorney Nathan Vasquez was just on scene. We did watch him walk back into this parking lot where the scene is being processed. And he says that he's going to let the investigators do the work before any next steps are taken. Back to you guys.
Shelby, thank you. We want to go back out to the second scene. This is where the two people who were shot drove to about 2.5 miles away from that area. This is about 146th and East Burnside, where K2's Christina Giardinelli joins us live. And Christina, you've been there for the past couple hours. Can you explain to us how this scene has changed over the past couple hours?
Yeah, Deb, when I first got here, just a few people, mostly neighbors. Some of them actually witnessed the vehicle driving here, watching the person get out, at least one person get out of the vehicle wounded, describing blood in the vehicle as the person was getting out. And now that scene just growing and growing. A lot of people coming from around the city, not just neighbors here anymore, but.
So, I mean, I don't know if you guys heard it. I'm sure you did. They're saying, I'm sorry, I had to go off of Comcast. I was doing all this shit. I might be done with Comcast. I switched right now to Starlink and T-Mobile combined. The internet's running completely fine with them. I think I'm done with Comcast, and I want several months refund. And I don't want any termination fee, or if not, we're going to get lawyers involved, because this is ridiculous, horrendous internet. I can't do it anymore. But anyway, Border Patrol at 2:29, agents were conducting a targeted vehicle stop in Portland, Oregon. The passenger of the vehicle and target is a Venezuelan illegal alien affiliated with a transnational Trinidad prostitution ring. Wow, if that's true, and people are bleeding their hearts for these people, for the people that got shot, the gang members, where are we at in society? What is going on here? When agents identified themselves to the vehicle occupants, the driver weaponized his vehicle. Apparently, to a lot of these people, that's not considered a weapon. Somebody could try to run you over. You're supposed to let it happen or whatever. The driver weaponized his vehicle and attempted to run over law enforcement. Fearing for his life and safety, he fired defensive shots. Wow. Mamma mia, Tren de Agua. Now let the protesting start, the violence start, attacking, burning, rioting, throwing shit. We'll see if it happens, but.
ICE facility where we have other crews on the ground there, so we'll be monitoring that situation as well as watching what federal agents are doing here at this scene. And back to you guys for now, but I'll keep my eyes on this.
Christina, thank you so much for that. If you're just now joining us a couple minutes after 5 o'clock, we are following breaking news. Federal agents have shot 2 people in East Portland. Christina was reporting from that location where the 2 people who were shot were found at 146th and Burnside. That's on the right side of your screen. On the left side of your screen at Southeast 102nd and Southeast Main, that's where this shooting took place. You see all of this taking place east of I-205 to give you an idea of where this happened in Portland at a medical clinic there at that scene on the left side.
And we're coming up on about 3 hours after the initial incident happened. 2:18 is the report of what police officers say when it took place. We want to go live to K2's Victor Park, who is live at the medical center where the shooting took place earlier today. Victor?
That's right, Deb, and we've been hearing so much about this awning, and to give you some perspective, so this is the medical clinic right over here. There are several buildings. This is building 3, and then to the right of that is this awning right there in that parking lot, and then you could see those agents right over there, and that truck, red tape, and a vehicle over there, that vehicle with both of its doors open, the driver's side and the passenger side vehicle of the vehicle. Now, it's unclear how is that involved in this whole incident. Who was in that vehicle we do not know, but that is the center and the focus of this investigation, right around that awning. Some of them have been going in and out of the hospital, in and out of that truck right over there. But it's interesting because more and more federal agents have been arriving, and as you can see over there, some of them taking pictures, some of them sort of just standing around talking. I mean, this is going to last for several hours. Again, this is a medical clinic, right? There are patients who have been here. We spoke to some who came out and they really did not know what was going on. They were shocked to see the amount of media members, the amount of police crews over here. On top of all this, they're saying that the hospital did not tell them exactly what happened, that they're trying to figure that out too. And so that is the scene here. We've also been watching Portland police sort of securing this area, and they have been escorting people, whether it's staff members or patients, from the clinic and to their vehicle. And there's also security from the clinic who have been outside of this and sort of just watching the crowd, making sure people are not getting on the property and, of course, crossing that yellow tape. And so that is the latest from here. I'll send it back to you.
Victor Park, thank you for that. And just to reiterate, we have from the Department of Homeland Security, they say they were doing a targeted vehicle stop on an individual they believe to be in the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. They say the person was also involved in a shooting in Portland, and they went to pull that person over, and they say the person tried to hit an agent with his car, and that's when the agent fired back at that medical clinic under that awning where you saw Victor. That is what we have from the Department of Homeland Security right now.
Tanvi Varma joins us live from the ICE facility in South Portland. And Tanvi, is there a crowd developing behind you?
There is, Deb. So protesters are starting to trickle in. I want to give you a little bit of a look. You can see they've started to set up a vigil for the two people who were shot. And I want to show you some of the signs protesters are holding. They came out here to protest the shooting of two people in Portland by Border Patrol agents. And they had these signs ready in light of what happened in Minnesota. And you can see over here, there's protesters just in front of the ICE facility. So they were trying to block the driveway when federal agents came in. That situation just cleared up, and now I'm joined by an activist. It's Jack Dickinson. He's in a chicken outfit to shed light on what's been going on with the Trump administration. Jack, tell us a little bit. You were one of the first people to find out what happened. He found out by listening to the police scanners. Tell us about that.
Well, so it wasn't me personally. It was someone in one of the networks that I know. But yeah, we were tapped in to the police scanners, saw that there had been a shooting, and were able to connect the dots for it being ICE.
Yeah, what sort of protest are we going to expect tonight?
It's hard to say. I think one thing that Portlanders have indicated this year is that we know how to protest the right way. And so what I would like to see from our elected officials is not a lecture on the protesters to not take the bait and how to react. I'd like to see some action done to safeguard our communities.
All right. Thank you, Jack Dickinson.
Thank you. We have crews spread out all across the city.
Am I tripping? Are you hearing that?
Continuing to follow this breaking news.
Is that a robot?
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more response from our congressional leaders as well as leaders in our community.
Okay.
Tap, scan, amplify.
Okay. What's up, guys? What's up? So I'm going to be giving you updates. I was completely distracted, but we're stable now. I'm going to give it the bit rate a little bit of a bump. There we go. Okay, I just want to be smooth like a baby's bottom. All right. Let's focus in on this. Let's take a look what's going on here. The people of Portland are upset, angry, and in travesty because allegedly these Tren de Aragua gang prostitution members were shot. Wow. That is crazy, man. It's like Bizarro World. All right, we're back. Smooth. Oh, this guy has like 20 accounts. My bad. That's crazy. I might have to add a mod for the night. Yeah. Yo, that's dedication. That guy has like, I don't know how many accounts he has. Like 10 accounts? 15 accounts? Wow. Honestly, I think I'm done with Comcast. If this runs smooth, these two connections that I'm running, I'm done, and I'm going to request a refund for the last I don't know how many months. No termination fee, and if they have a problem, lawyers. That's it. I'm done with these cocksuckers. All right. Oh, okay. Huh. Baby, good night. I'll be right back. Done. Oh. No ice. All right, how are we looking? We lost some people, that's okay, but the connection's smooth. That's what matters. Connection says excellent. Right now I'm running off of T-Mobile and Starlink. So fuck Comcast. I'm going to do like a 2-day test. If it runs fine on this connection, I'm done with Comcast. I'm done, yo. And I'm asking for like 4 months, 3 months refund, or we're getting lawyers. That's it. I'm done with them. I wanted to make a post about this Venezuelan thing. People of Portland. Alleged Venezuelan illegal alien affiliated with the transnational Chentaragua prostitution. That's wild. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. I know the chat was kind of crazy too. Maybe it still is. Boom, boom. Yeah, no, that counts still. What's up? What's up? What's up? That's a lot of time and effort to make all those accounts. That guy has like multiple accounts. I never understood like the Jewish obsession, because I feel like it's like, you know how like the victimhood mentality, it's like these white people, they're like the new victims of like the Jewish people. It's, you know how like, you know, the black people and the slavery and all stuff. Now you have these people that are just constantly complaining about Jewish people and whining and bitching because of the unfortunate things in their life, never taking any accountability. And just like complaining about them and the obsession and making hundreds of accounts and everything. Like Candace Owens. It's like, to me, it's weak. It's very weak. You know? It's just like, God damn, the obsession is crazy. It's weak, man. You're just another person, another race with some victimhood mentality. That shit's weak as fuck. And then you want to complain to other people about they're complaining and whining, victimhood about. No, you're the biggest victims, man. I'm tired of that shit. Whining and bitching. Now we're gonna protest Comcast. Yeah. You know what? I think we need to do a Comcast protest. Oh, they got off? Hold on a second. All right, let's do this.
An unfolding scene on the left where the shooting happened at Southeast 102nd and Main, and on the right side, the scene at 146th and Burnside, where those two individuals drove about 2.5 miles after being shot. They have since been taken to the hospital. We are not sure of their condition. We are working to find out.
Two very active scenes about 2.5 miles apart from each other. I do want to read you a statement that Attorney General Dan Rayfield has just issued. He said, "We're deeply troubled by reports that 2 people were shot and injured in Portland today during the incident involving federal agents. We've been clear about concerns with the excessive use of force by federal agents in Portland, and today's incident only heightens the need for transparency and accountability."
Let's get right back to Christina Giardinelli really quickly at that scene at 146th and Burnside. Christina, very quickly, what's it like out there right now?
Yeah, you know, things are starting to calm down a little bit. A few people have left. I want to show you real quick what I wasn't able to show you earlier. The red truck that people have been talking about, that's the truck a lot of people have described driving in here. And we've also seen a lot of federal activity, FBI agents surrounding that truck. So we believe right now that is or may likely be the truck that drove here with the individual. You can see a FBI agent there walking. A lot of FBI agents have been going around the apartments, apartment to apartment.
Let's take a look at this a little bit. This protest in Minneapolis. Whoa, man, it's packed out there. Woo. It's raining. Packed.
Justice for Rainbow Good! Justice for Rainbow Good! I said justice for a lot of elected officials out here right now saying that what has happened is unconscionable, that it's horrifying, and all of that is true. But what are they doing? Nothing! That's right. The Trump administration is out here smearing Renee Nicole Good's name, claiming that she was trying to run over the killer ICE agent Jonathan Ross. And what's that? Well, we know that that is bullshit. Bullshit. But is it enough to just call his claims of self-defense bullshit? No! What do we need? Justice! We need to jail this killer ICE agent. Tim Walz is out here saying the federal government won't cooperate. And he's saying there's nothing they can do. This is not true! Shame! Shame! The Minnesota government can indict the killer cop, Jonathan Ross. And that is exactly what we demand tonight. We are calling on Jacob Fry and Governor Walz to indict
Peter, thank you for the super
Ross
chat.
and bring him to justice. And why do we make this demand to prosecute? Fuck ICE! 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 Community, I want to speak on why it is so important that we pursue this demand. It is because if we just stand in outrage and we make no demands for accountability, that tells the Trump administration they can do this again. It tells them that they can act with impunity to carry out a war at home and abroad. Will we stand for that? No! Are we going to stay home and stay silent? No! No! We are going to say justice! Justice for Renee Nicole Good! Justice! And jail killer ICE agents! Jail killer ICE agents! ICE out of Minnesota! ICE out of everywhere! ICE out of everywhere!
Give it up for Naomi! Justice for Justice for Justice for When do we want justice? Now! When do we want justice? Now! When do we want justice? Now! And if we don't get it, shut it down! And if we don't get it, shut it down! And if we don't get it, shut it down! And if we don't get it, shut it down! Fuck ICE! 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 Chinga! 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 Say her name! Say her name! Say her name! Justice for! Justice for! Justice for! When I ask what do we want, you're gonna say jail killer cops. What do we want? Jail killer cops! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Jail killer cops! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Jail killer cops! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Jail killer cops! When do we want it? Now! And if we don't get it, shut it down! And if we don't get it, shut it down! And if we don't get it, shut it down! And if we don't get it,
shut it down!
What do we want?
Jail killer cops!
When do we want it?
Now!
Justice for
Renee Nicole Good!
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 Chinga!
Amiga!
Chinga!
Amiga!
Chinga!
Amiga!
Chinga!
Amiga!
Justice for
Renee Nicole Good!
Say it loud and say it clear.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Say her name.
Renee Nicole Good.
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 Justice for.
Jojo, thank you.
Justice for.
Thank you so much, Jojo.
Justice for.
Renee Nicole Good.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
Chinga!
Amiga!
Chinga!
Amiga!
Chinga!
Amiga!
All right, this next chant, for those of us who were here yesterday in the aftermath of the ICE murder, blood on ICE's hands. The city of Minneapolis supposedly has a separation ordinance so that they don't work with federal immigration agents.
Bullshit!
Have we seen that to be true?
No!
Have we seen MPD collaborating with ICE?
Yes!
What we saw yesterday is MPD coming up here trying to clean up the mess of the federal agents who are coming around detaining communities, tear gassing residents, and murdering members of our community. MPD, KKK, ICE, they're all the same.
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 Say her name.
Renee Nicole Good.
Say her name.
Renee Nicole Good.
Say her name.
Renee Nicole Good.
Justice for.
Renee Nicole Good.
Justice for.
Renee Nicole Good.
Justice
Some people
for.
on the verge of tears. We actually talked with a man who lives just a few doors down, and here's what he had to say earlier today.
Man, it's probably going to be a crazy night.
I am beyond angry.
Peter, thank you for the super chats, man.
That this is happening
Well,
the day
night.
after they killed that woman. I mean, this has gone too far. We need to, this is beyond voting. We need to do something. Like, the people need to do something. This is ridiculous.
You can really feel the emotion in that man's voice, and that's what we're hearing from many people who live in this neighborhood. Again, this is where officers found the two people who were shot by federal agents. They were shot in that hospital parking lot where Catherine was, and they drove here and called for help. Now, westbound between Northeast 145th Avenue and Northeast 148th Avenue is closed. And I also talked with protesters tonight. Many protesters were here gathering, but I was told just about 30 minutes ago that they are now headed to the ICE facility on the South Portland waterfront. They claim they're going to protest peacefully, but again, they're angry. And just a few minutes ago, there were some white vans from Portland Police and about a dozen.
What happened?
All right, having a little trouble with
Wasn't me
Claire's
this
audio
time,
there,
guys.
but appreciate her reporting.
Okay.
She's on E.
So they're heading to protest. So that should be maybe interesting. We'll see. Again, it's early in Portland. Minneapolis, they're over there. They're turned up over there. I mean, I couldn't be in a crowd like this. Like, this makes me like I can't breathe. Anything goes wrong. One of these people could take a van and drive it through the crowd. Like, I personally wouldn't like being like this packed like sardines. But they're out there. And Portland is pissed too. I mean, we'll have to see with this Tren de Agua that they're saying that's the people that they shot. We'll have to see if it's true. But Portland is very angry. A lot of people are up in arms.
Wilson saying very much the same thing, calling on, quote, every Portlander to represent our values and to show up with calm and purpose during this difficult time. Speaking of our city leaders, Ursuline Stevens is live downtown at City Hall. She's been able to talk to a number of councilors. Slane, can you hear us right now? And if so, tell us what you've been hearing, and it looks like you might have a live interview here too.
Christine, I do, yeah. I'm here outside of City Hall with Olivia with the Democratic Socialists of America. And she's the organizer of a rally that's actually going to be kicking off in front of City Hall. And so, Olivia, I mean, you tell me, what do you plan to do here tonight? We have a small group so far. What's your plan for tonight?
We are planning to have a vigil and a rally to protest against what ICE is doing, which is essentially a hostile takeover of our cities. ICE has declared war on our cities, and we want to see full non-compliance at every level of government.
So you organized this pretty quickly. We just found out about this news, obviously, a few hours ago now. What was your reaction when you learned that federal agents had seemingly shot a man and a woman here on the streets of Portland?
It was horrifying, but it wasn't surprising. I mean, we saw what just happened yesterday in Minneapolis, where they shot a woman point blank in the face for driving. And I think it was only a matter of time before it happened elsewhere, because we have seen again and again ICE agents come out with guns drawn. They are itching for a fight. They are invading our cities, and it was only a matter of time before that escalated into more violence.
I know you say it was only a matter of time, so does that mean that you pretty much expected something like this to happen at some point?
Absolutely. Their whole mandate is to come into our communities and terrorize us, and that is what they have effectively done.
All right, and just sort of last thing, as we heard from...
They're saying, so I'm trying to keep up to date with some of the news related to this. They're saying breaking a car just ran over a protester Minneapolis as protesters march. Status quo. Are they live again? Oh, we're watching status quo. I guess we missed this part.
They completely disown that. They don't believe in that anymore. The Republican Party.
Whoa. Seeing. Whoa. Oh, I don't think he ran over the guy. The guy slipped. Let me see. Oh, maybe. I guess maybe he did hit the guy right here. The guy jumped like on top of the front of the car. I guess he did, yeah.
Republican Party.
Whoa. Seeing. Whoa! Just watched a car nearly run over a protester. Maybe they did hit the protester.
Some people are not going to put up with this bullshit. Some people got to go to work. Some people have family, kids. Maybe they got a parent that's ill, cancer in the hospital. Some people don't got time for all this shit. So not everybody does have time for this. There's also, let me see, I thought I just saw something else. They're saying thousands of people are marching in Minneapolis. Well, I'm twisted up now because of that guy earlier today that corrected me. I can't say it anymore. Damn, bro. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys... I was supposed to cover this for the clips page. It's just been so crazy. It's been like dozens of stories I haven't been able to cover. But there was this YouTuber. I can't play the video. I'll show you a still screen. Oh God. It's just like auto playing. I'll show you a still screen. But the guy apparently, he would do streams where he does coke, lines of coke, and gets drunk on stream. And from what I read, it was like private streams, I guess. And people would literally pay this guy. Yeah, keep doing more. Keep doing more coke, do more coke. So this guy would literally just snort coke, do all kinds of shit. Apparently, they said he ingested 1 bottle of whiskey and 6 grams of coke in a 3-hour challenge. Passed away at 34. That's crazy, man. Jeez.
37-year-old Renee Good was fatally shot by an ICE agent during an immigration.
Somebody said rookie numbers.
Sparked national outrage and protests in several cities, including here in Portland last night and into today. Federal officials say there is an ongoing investigation into the Minnesota shooting, but Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Vice President J.D. Vance both say the ICE officer was shooting in self-defense. Governor Walz is calling for people in other cities, including here in Portland, to stand with Minneapolis.
And I will let those that want to push out false narratives, to slander or defame Renee Good, Minnesotans will tell her life story. Minnesotans will be there to defend her honor.
And of course, that sound was from before these shootings that happened in Portland this afternoon. Meanwhile, Mayor Wilson shared his support for Minnesotans earlier today.
Yeah, Brennan, I heard about that. The teacher's car was found. She's still missing. It's looking more and more sus. Let me see what else we have here.
They took it this far to have to take an innocent life. Instead of sitting there and asking questions, they'd rather pull out their guns and go the opposite way and not be peaceful at all. And that's not fair to us people at all. We deserve the right to have our voices heard. We deserve the right to speak.
The Trump administration, the president, has said that these operations being carried out across the country are about safety. I'm not going to ask you if you feel safer. I know you don't. You referenced feeling scared. What could the Trump administration do? What are the actual problems in your life, in your family's lives, and how could the federal government go about actually improving your life and addressing the real problems that you are facing rather than continuing to endanger your friends and neighbors here?
Well, they should continue to investigate and further investigate, and then on that they should, I'm not really sure.
Like, what are some of the day-to-day struggles that you have in your life right now? You know, whether it be economically, whether it be in terms of safety, like what are the struggles that you and your family are facing right now?
Just the fear of safety and whether we're going to be together or not, and whether something's going to happen or not.
So if the Trump administration wanted to actually help you, they would pull back on the ICE enforcement, that would improve your life right now.
Totally improve my.
That would improve your life, the cost of living, groceries, all that stuff, rent, mortgage.
Situation is what their condition is at this time, but we understand that they are both in the hospital. Now, I spoke with several people who live in this area who were arriving home from work or wanted to check out what was going on, and they said that there has actually been a decent amount of ICE activity that has happened within the last several weeks within this area. So it's not the first time that they've heard of some sort of an ICE interaction with the public, something that really upsets some of the community and what have you. I also spoke with a neighbor who lives down the block who said that they heard some of the sirens, the activity. They were able to speak with Portland police at the time, who said that this was, where those two people had ended up, and they were being taken at that time to the hospital in an ambulance. And just a lot of heartbreak, I will say, in the conversations that I've had with people. Some people are pretty numb. They don't know how to take in what has happened. Other people are just, truly, truly outraged and truly heartbroken that a day after what happened in Minneapolis is happening here in the Rose City. So at this point, the investigation on this scene, at this location, it is still very much ongoing, very active. There are some police liaison officers in the area to speak with some of the activists who have shown up. We also saw a pretty large police presence further down the block. We weren't sure exactly what they were getting ready to do, but that's what I can tell you about the situation out here this evening. We'll of course be keeping our eyes on the ground, speaking.
Oof. Mutual aid that is being distributed here is impressive.
Party out there.
You You hear people laying on the drums. You see the lights. You see the people dancing. As they continue to chant, "Fuck ICE."
Just check the live, make sure we're good.
Yeah.
On your phone, on your phone.
Oh, the signal's still good? Yeah, we're still good. Okay. Want to deliver an update on the shooting in Portland where Border Patrol agents shot 2 people. It's being reported now that those shot in Portland are a husband and wife.
Oh.
The Department of Homeland Security is claiming that they were suspected members of the Tren de Aragua Venezuelan gang. And I just want to point out that the Department of Homeland Security now, across multiple incidents where their agents are shooting people, has proven to be an unreliable actor. They lie time and again. Their narratives fall apart. We are just bringing you the information that we have, and that includes claims being made by the Trump administration. The 2 victims were transported to the hospital. Officers determined that the 2 people were injured in the shooting involving federal agents, according to police, and officials did not disclose the names of the injured people. So that is all.
That's from the other side. They're saying husband, wife.
Tienes que poner capucho como yo. Bajando. Tienes que poner capucho. Miren cómo está aquí. Bueno, ¿vas a bajar? No, viado la vía, ahí, trancado la vía. Esta es un vía principal.
I guess school is closed for tomorrow too, I guess. There was some lady too saying that, like, you should just call. Oh no, some lady said she quit her job. I wonder if I can find that real quick. She said she quit her job to protest. Let me see. She said she was done. I'm not working anymore. I hope I saved it. Let's see. Did I miss it? I didn't save it. I'm gonna have to look for it again. But I have something else for you. A treat. This person here was snapping about misinformation. Let's see.
The news is gonna... I watched the video, y'all. I watched the fucking video. The news is gonna say she tried to ram them. She most certainly did not. They ran at her car, holding on to their guns, and then they shot her when she tried to drive away. She wasn't trying to ram anyone. She was trying to get away from a dangerous situation, and now she's fucking dead. If you are okay with the fact that they're gunning people down in the streets, in the suburbs of Minneapolis, then you're not a freedom fighter. You're a fucking Nazi. Leave my country. Leave my state. Watch.
I don't know, Nazi. What? Okay, somebody said they left me the audio of the shooting.
A la casa vamos. Vamos. Hola, ñaño. Buenas.
All right. Let me see if we can get the audio.
What are we supposed to do as a people in this type of climate?
Okay, and so thank you for talking with us. Many protesters were here earlier tonight. There was some shouting between groups of people that has since calmed down. And we know the protesters are showing up at the ICE building downtown. But for now, we'll toss it back to you.
Blair Best on East Burnside this evening. We also understand, by the way, that protesters are showing up, or demonstrators, I should say, at City Hall as well. That's where we find our Celine Stevens. Celine, what's the latest where you are?
David, well, definitely the crowd here has started to grow. As you can see behind me, I believe there's a few people here that have started to come. I spoke with an organizer.
Okay, so Steve on X posted some of the audio. Let's listen in for the Portland shooting.
Stage at your discretion, police are en route. It looks like caller saying that he was shot twice by ICE and his wife was shot as well. Your top group is going to be Ops 1, Engine 7 with Medic 314 and Medic 321 with police en route. This will be a shooting at the Brea Apartments, 10 Northeast 146 Avenue. We have a male who was shot twice in the arm and his wife who was shot in the chest. Your top group is going to be Ops 1. Stand by for additional dispatch. Stage at your discretion, police are en route. It looks like caller saying that he was shot twice by ICE.
2 people have been shot by ICE, just now a husband and wife. Okay. All right, we'll have to see.
About the way that the federal government, this pattern of violence continues to escalate. They continue to target our community. And as someone who represents the district with the most immigrants and as a daughter of immigrants, this is personal.
Were you in the chambers when this occurred?
Yes.
Did you know immediately that this was a shooting related to federal agents, or when did you learn that?
We were in chambers, we were told to leave, and within a few minutes we were getting the information. So it was all happening pretty quickly, but we learned pretty quickly.
And so, I've been out there at the ICE facility during the protests. So many reporters have, and I mean, I don't know if we've ever seen anything happen like this. We saw in Minneapolis, obviously yesterday, this happened to somebody, and now one day later, we're seeing it here on the streets of Portland. Just, what do you have to say about that, and how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like our president and his administration is incredibly dangerous and unstable, and every day it's getting worse, and we need our Congress to act immediately. There is no answer right now that is not impeach, convict, and remove this dangerous man who is threatening our communities. Our democracy cannot survive this.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to add to tell Portlanders that may be watching this? I know there were people here already protesting 2 hours ago, and they were telling me that they're worried that inaction with things like the ICE facility and other things like that would lead to a death, and within an hour of them saying those words, this happened. So is there anything that you'd like to tell people that are watching at home off of that?
Absolutely. I understand your frustration, and I'm really doing every single thing in my power. Every single moment, we are trying to find new ways to interrupt these patterns of violence. And so I am committed to continue to do that, and I'm going to be up all night figuring it out.
So again, people are gathering out here at City Hall. I know they're also gathering in other areas in Portland too, like the ICE facility. There's probably around 30 people or so out here right now. There are some people with signs and flags, as you see behind me, but everything's remained peaceful. There hasn't even been really any acts of chanting or rallying just yet. I believe that's starting in a bit. Again, there's also going to be a vigil as a part of that rally. But for now, David and Christine, I'll toss it back to you.
Yeah, Councillor Candace Avalos there essentially saying if this continues, our democracy cannot survive this. Celine Stevens outside City Hall. Really appreciate your reporting.
And of course, we will continue to cover.
All right, man. What are you guys thinking? What are you feeling? Minneapolis, as they say, Portland, Venezuela.
It's being reported that a husband and wife were shot by Border Patrol agents. When you heard that, what's your reaction now that we've seen this happen in city after city after city where these immigration agents are being deployed? It's now a pattern.
I'm afraid that the civil war has already started, to be honest. And right now I'm going to fight it with my fucking megaphone. But if it comes down to it, when the time comes, we will use the Second Amendment to protect the Constitution, to protect humans of all, races, creeds, sexualities. It does not fucking matter. We will protect humanity.
Do you think it'll come to that?
I hope not. And that's why I'm going to keep fucking screaming every single day to prevent war, because I've been to war and I don't wish that on anybody.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Anything else you want to add, man?
Stay loud, motherfuckers. Go buy a megaphone. Stop making fucking excuses. Get off your fucking couches.
Yeah, you lazy fucks.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. As I stream from my computer. Yeah. Apparently Tommy out in Portland, he's saying, calling all patriots in or near Portland, come to ICE tonight. It's time to show your support for the men and women that defend our country from foreign invaders. God bless. Well, Portland is like a 3-hour difference. So yeah, we're going to be waiting a while. Might be, I don't know, to stream from bed or stream from the couch or something once Portland starts. Just lay in the couch and like tilt my head up or whatever. Oh shit, what the hell was that? Let's see what he has to say here.
This is a woman who was in severe crisis. She lived a very sad and very chaotic life. She was divorced from her first husband and lost custody of her 2 kids. Another husband, she lost him. Then she gets involved with a female partner. They flee the country to Canada after the last election. They come back to Minneapolis from out of town. This is a woman who was in severe crisis. She lived a very sad and very chaotic life.
Really?
She was divorced from her first husband and lost custody of her 2 kids. Another husband, she lost him. Then she gets involved with a female partner. They flee the country to Canada after the last election. They come back to Minneapolis.
Oh, they flee to Canada? Oh, you fucked up. You went to Canada. Nothing wrong. Canada people, I love you.
They come back to Minneapolis from out of town. This is...
Oh. So, yeah, I was reading on the lady. So I knew that the husband had passed away. The guy was a comedian, the previous husband. But I didn't know she was married before that, too. So she has 3 kids. And the 2 kids are from, like, the first marriage. And I don't know what happened there. But it did click in my head. It's like, oh, she don't have custody of those kids. I was wondering what happened there. She don't have custody of them. And, then she had the last husband where he died. I don't know what happened. I wonder how like, what was his death? Like, why did he die? I don't know if this is the wife of the lady. I can't even tell anymore. Renee Good, the woman who was shot by ICE after she attempted to run, was reportedly part of a local ICE watch team. Well, and that's the thing, too. They're trying to say that she wasn't. Some of the family, like, she's never done anything like that. She's not a part of ICE watch. And, whatever. But she was dubbed as a legal observer. Here it is, yeah. So, I don't know what happened to this lady. And I can't tell because I've seen the pictures. I can't tell who's the victim and who's the wife in this picture. I don't even know. Because the pictures I've seen online are like completely different from these pictures. I don't know what happened. Here's
see the wheel turn within that fraction of a second, right? I've chosen to use a tiny little Keltec unloaded with a laser so you can see. So he's right here. All right, from here I can't see the wheel. He draws his gun and then, yeah, you try and hit me now. She comes forward a little bit. Okay. There you go. That's enough. Collapses.
Oh, sorry.
He has his hand. Can you just move the wheels a bunch, like go left to right? So, yeah, there's no chance. Comes forward a little bit. Okay. There you go. That's enough. Collapses. He has his hand. Can you just move the wheels a bunch, like go left to right? So, Yeah, there's no chance. There's no chance. You can't see it. Most officers and a lot of the military, they're taught one of two different ways. You know, there's a whole argument in the gun community, they're very autistic, about front sight focus or target focus. That's why people kind of move to red dots. If you ask any good shooters, they'll say it's a mix of both, right? If you focus on the front sight, the target's a little bit blurry. And if you focus on the target, the sight is a little bit blurry. Depending on the distance, you might pick one or the other. Usually it's a hybrid. And the reason that matters is because it changes your peripheral vision. So you couldn't see it with a wide angle lens. You can't see it. It's a mix of both, right? If you focus on the front sight, the target's a little bit blurry. And if you focus on the target, the sight is a little bit blurry. Depending on the distance, you might pick one or the other. Usually it's a hybrid. And the reason that matters is because it changes your peripheral vision. So you couldn't see it with a wide angle lens compared to the human eye, let alone adrenaline and potential. Focusing as trained on that front sight. Let me show you what that actually looks like and how it affects your vision. Rear sight, front sight, target. That also would have been much. Rear sight, front sight, target.
Well, I don't know. You got to make sure they're lined up, both. I'm not sure why you would look. Well, it depends. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows what's to say what this guy was looking. Oh, they've identified the ice guy, too, by the way.
Out of that investigation?
It is a prosecutor from here, I think, is able to lay charges at the individual. It might be a little bit more difficult for because the ICE agent who actually pulled the trigger, all of their friends also made sure that there wasn't any. They made sure that the doctors couldn't get to him. They might not be able to go for that, but murder is a state crime, if nothing else. So, if the prosecutors around here really want it, they can press charges. As far as
what are you saying?
One thing I did want to say is all of this clearly executing people and lying about it later. Say what you want about the Ulster Constabulary and the British Army. At least when they murdered and lied about it, at least they had the guts to put their face on it instead of trying to hide behind a mask.
Which, of course, is what we're seeing ICE agents do, not only in this community, but in communities.
I mean, these people were the kings of wearing masks and hiding behind a mask all the time. Okay, so there's a lot of people out there. Let me check back in with this. If they have any information with this. I messed all this up. Oh, there's going to be a press conference, I guess. Portland police.
Context about some of what's occurred. The FBI are the ones leading this investigation.
Right. So at this point, as we've been saying all night long, information is scarce, but we'll continue to learn more throughout the evening and the weeks to come. I'm sure of it. So we'll keep tabs on when Portland police start this press conference. We'll bring it to you live. For now, we're going to go to our Celine Stevens, who's live at City Hall and has had a chance to speak with a number of people, including our city councilors. And you can see behind her, a vigil has started. Celine.
Hey Mel and chat.
Christine, that's right. I spoke with city councilors early, and recently I was speaking with people that are organizing this rally.
Emoji, smiley face emoji. I love you all. Happy
Thank you, Chaos. Appreciate you. 51 months. Thank you. It's been a crazy night, I guess. Peter, thank you for the super chats. Billy Coast, thank you for the super chat. Identify and address the Minneapolis ICE murderer. Well, what? You're talking about the guy? They did identify the guy that shot the lady.
Christians out here in America that voted for Trump, voted for MAGA, voted for his clear anti-Jesus ideals. It's ridiculous, and I need to hear someone explain that rationale to me, because I'm out here utterly disturbed and perturbed that I'm calling you out. Those Christians down in the south of the Mason-Dixon line, those good people that I know exist because I have met them, they voted this guy in, and it's fucked up.
Fucked up? Somebody was murdered just down the block from where we are standing right now.
Yeah.
When you saw I'm assuming you've seen the video. When you saw it happen, what was your initial reaction?
Oh, they're getting about to start. Okay, so there's a press conference. Portland PD. See what they have to say, the officials.
Well, obviously trying to get organized there. You can see Police Chief Bob Day, the Council President Alana Portalnd there, some members from the County Commission as well. I'm looking for the mayor. I think he must be there. Multnomah County Sheriff Nicole Morrissey O'Donnell, some other members of City Council, Candace Avalos, and Governor Tina Kotek here walking up to the podium. So sort of a unified front by city, county, and state officials here. What we're not seeing is federal officials, the FBI leading this investigation. Let's listen in to police spokesperson Mike Banneker.
Thank you for joining us on such short notice. We're here to address the shooting incident involving federal agents in southeast Portland earlier this afternoon. We have a number of speakers, including Mayor Keith Wilson, Governor Tina Kotek, and many others who I will let introduce themselves as they come to the podium. We will begin with Chief Bob Day, who will share some details about the shooting and then some of those remarks of his, and we'll go on from there. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. I want to share just a few details. As you're aware, it's still a very active investigation, so information is limited and won't be speaking to a lot of specifics. But what I can say is that approximately 2:18 this afternoon, Portland police officers responded to the 10,000 block of Southeast Main Street on the report of a shooting. So they came in via a 911 call. Officers confirmed that federal agents had been involved in a shooting. Portland police were not involved in that incident. About 6 minutes later, at 2:24 p.m., officers received information, once again through dispatch, that a man who had been shot was calling and requesting help in the area of Northeast 146th and East Burnside. Our officers responded. We found a male and a female with apparent gunshot wounds. Officers applied a tourniquet and summoned emergency medical personnel. The patients were transported to local hospital, and their conditions at this time are unknown. Officers had determined that the two people who were injured in the shooting involving the federal agents from the earlier call. PPB officers secured both scenes, and this is a federal investigation. It's being led by the FBI. We have been in touch with them. We are, in regular contact. This is their responsibility. But when we have these type of events happen in the city, Portland Police Bureau does offer a level of assistance. This is not any way, shape, or form immigration related on our end. We do not know the facts of this case. We are simply providing that traditional investigative support and perimeter support, which is minimal. But I do want to make it clear that we are out there, but we are not involved in immigration. And we at this time do not know if this is an immigration-related event. We do not know which federal agencies were involved. As we know, there are many federal agencies serving in the city of Portland right now. So as I said, it's a complex situation with a lot of different information coming out. But Portland Police is on the scene, the detectives, etc. I want to say, that I'm saddened that we are here once again in a difficult, challenging, complex situation. But I am also incredibly grateful for Portlanders. I'm grateful for the way that we have continued to show up over the past year, and we have certainly been tested and this is no small circumstance. The uncertainty and the fear and the sadness within our community is real. And as the Chief Law Enforcement of the City of Portland, I recognize that, our members recognize that, and we are doing everything in our power to maintain that level of peace and calm and safety. And I want to thank Portlanders who have continued to show up in this space as well, and hopeful that they will do so over the next couple of days, as I'm expecting many to want to express their frustration and disappointment with events today. As I said, this is early on. We do not know the cause, but we are engaged, and hopefully we'll have more information as the evening unfolds. I'm going to turn it over now to Mayor Wilson.
Thank you, Chief. And I just want to also just reiterate what he had talked about the city standing tall and really standing together. And I've been before you already too many times under these circumstances, but I'm grateful that every time I do make the call within such a short period of time, that the Madam Governor will answer the call, and all of the individuals standing behind me and all of our elected officials and community leaders are standing with us as well. And we've always stood together, and we will continue to stand together. Just one day after the horrific violence in Minnesota, our community here in Portland was witness to a moment of fear, confusion, and heartbreak. Earlier this afternoon, 2 people were shot and injured by federal agents in the Hazelwood neighborhood. Violence in our community is devastating. These are not statistics. These are human beings. Portland is not a training ground for militarized agents. When the administration talks about using full force, we are seeing what it means on our streets. The consequences are not abstract. They are felt in hospital rooms and living rooms, in the quiet moments when families try to make sense of what happened, what is happening. We know what the federal government says happened here. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past. That is why we are calling on ICE to halt all operations in Portland.
What?
Until a full and independent investigation can take place.
Tim Wald, come on.
Our community deserves answers. Our community deserves accountability. And most of all, our community deserves peace. Earlier today, I spoke with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. We shared not just our concerns, but our grief for the families who are suffering, and grief for the recklessness of our federal government. The administration is trying to divide us, to pit communities against one another, to make us fear one another. Portland, this is a moment to hold each other close, to stand together, to remember that our strength has always come from community, compassion, and solidarity. Yesterday, Governor Walz made an appeal to all of us. Today, I want to say clearly that we stand with Minneapolis, we stand with Minnesota, we stand with Chicago, we stand with LA. We stand with every community that is hurting in our nation, every family that is afraid, every person who feels unseen or unheard. ICE agents and their Homeland Security leadership must fully be investigated and held responsible for the violence inflicted on the American people in Minnesota, in Portland, and in all the communities across America. The Federal Protective Service claims values such as service, integrity, honor, and vigilance. This is the moment to live those values, not behind masks, not through intimidation, but through transparency, accountability, and most of all, humanity. So thank you. I'd like to turn it over to the governor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Chief Day. Good evening, Oregonians. We are standing here today united as a state, wanting peace and safety in our communities. We are all shaken and outraged by another terrible, unnecessary, violent event instigated by the reckless agenda of the Trump administration. This time in our own state, in our largest city, coming just one day after the tragedy in Minnesota. While the details of the incident remain limited, one thing is very clear. When a president endorses tearing families apart and attempts to govern through fear and hate rather than shared values, you foster an environment of lawlessness and recklessness. Trust is essential to maintaining community safety and the rule of law. Federal agents at the direction of the Department of Homeland Security are shattering trust. They are hurting people and they are destroying day by day what we hold dear. Our sense of safety and our literal safety are severely undermined by what happened this afternoon in Portland. I'm so thankful that no one died and more people weren't hurt. The Attorney General and other leaders have been clear about our concerns with the excessive use of force by federal agents in Portland. And today's incident only heightens the need for transparency and accountability. Oregonians deserve clear answers. And I am aligned with the mayor. The priority right now is a full, completed investigation, not more detentions. My message to the federal government is this: we demand transparency. We demand your cooperation with Portland Police and the Multnomah County DA, because we need to investigate this incident efficiently and effectively so we can rebuild trust with our nation's government. There are those who want to cause chaos, but Oregonians know how to stand up and speak out peacefully. We must remain united in peaceful opposition to efforts to tear our community apart. We must not turn against each other. We must stand neighbor to neighbor. We must not take the bait. And I want to end by saying I'm grateful to the first responders who have been managing this incident today here in Portland. And I stand and we stand united with Americans across our country and with Minneapolis and Minnesota in light of these very troubling events. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd now like to hand over the podium to Senator Casey Jama, Democratic leader in the Oregon Senate.
Well, good afternoon or good evening, everyone. My name is Senator Casey Jama. I also serve as the Senate Majority Leader. I live Hazelwood neighborhood. The incident took place not that far where I live in my home. I'm raising my two children and live with my wife. I have a few messages, but let me start to say this one first. My prayer is to the families and those who are hurt, and I hope they will recover speedily. As I said, I have been in this country about 28 years and a former refugee. I have never thought I will see this moment in the United States of America. This is a challenging time for us. My colleagues and I are working together to ensure that we address this issue at the state legislative level. We want to do as best as we can to protect the Oregonians who are fearful, who are scared, who are facing persecution under federal law. So we're going to introduce quite a number of bills that will be trying to minimize the impact of ICE in our community. I'm outraged and angry and frustrated, as many Oregonians are. Let me speak to Oregonians. I share your frustration. And immigrant refugee community, let me talk directly to them.
What did you say?
I share your fear. I share your challenges that we're all facing. And I know that the struggle is real. Let me say this to the Oregonians. Oregonians are welcoming. State of Oregon is welcoming state. We want to keep that way. We want to fight for that. We want to work hard for that. And we want to make sure that all Oregonians feel welcome. Let me say to this to the federal agencies and ICE. This is Oregon. We do not need you. You're not welcome. And you need to get the hell out of our community. Now I want to turn to the podium to Multnomah County Chair Jessica Figebert Peterson.
Why does this mic pick up everything?
Good evening, everyone. If we were living in anything close to normal times, we would not be here right now.
That's right. Oh, my game
We
was
should
really
not be
high.
here right now because federal agents should not be in Portland neighborhoods shooting people. We should not be here right now because Renee Nicole Good should be alive and with her family in Minnesota right now. I want everyone to know that Multnomah County stands united in support of our immigrant and refugee neighbors and everyone opposing this injustice. I am proud to be joined tonight by Commissioner Moyer, Commissioner Edwards, and Commissioner Jones-Dixon. Enough is enough. The terror and violence ICE is causing in our neighborhoods must end now. At this moment, we don't know what precipitated the incident, the circumstances that led to the shooting, or the identities of people involved. The FBI will be leading the investigation, and they need to allow local law enforcement to participate, and they need to be transparent and accountable to local governments. We know that this news is incredibly alarming and upsetting. We know what happens today speaks to a fear that we have had since last fall when federal law enforcement and immigration agents first increased their presence in our community. Multnomah County will not stand by as federal governments attack our neighbors. Just this morning, our board unanimously voted to extend an emergency declaration in response to the ongoing harm of ICE activity, and we will keep showing up in every way that we can. During our vote, I shared that over the holidays, my office received a string of emails and calls from neighbors in the Brentwood-Darlington neighborhood who are asking for help to find 2 neighbors who were kidnapped by federal agents the day after Christmas. Both of these people are the primary breadwinners for their families, and their children attend the local elementary school. As a parent, my heart breaks for their families and the whole community that has been impacted by these cruel actions. Add to this the horrific murder of Renee Nicole Good in Minnesota, the dozens of lives that have been lost in ICE detention this year, and now a shooting here in Portland. And we can only conclude that this federal activity is a threat to our entire community and is a threat that is growing every day. In light of this, our community is calling on us to act, to deploy resources to support the families impacted by federal activity, and to do all that's in our power to ensure the safety of neighbors going forward. That's what the state of Oregon, Portland, and Multnomah County leaders have done and will continue to do as we respond to this crisis. That's what the people of Portland have done, representing the best of Portland to the whole nation as we continue to stand up for injustice. Thank you to all of you who have come out to protest the cruel and authoritarian actions of this administration while representing Portland's values. Keep showing up the way you have been. Keep raising your voices. Keep showing everyone who we are. Our neighbors and the literal crosshairs of this administration need your support now more than ever. Our solidarity is our strength. These are dark times. There's no getting around that. But I know that together we will persevere. Thank you. And now I would like to turn it over to Portland City Councilor Loretta Smith.
Good evening. My name is Loretta Smith, and I'm a counselor from District 1. I stand here with my other counselors, Counselor Candace Avalos and Jamie Dunphy.
It's all the same thing, isn't it? All the same thing. There's no audio to this stuff. What happened? Supposed to have sound. That's gay. Well, let me see. Over here in Portland, oh no, Minneapolis, it looks like Chaz. You guys remember Chaz? Got this whole thing barricaded. Got like a whole community center over there.
In Portland that we watched and hog watched.
they're all here.
Minneapolis. Cool, bro. You doing anything tonight, bro? Nah, I'm not doing shit. Why don't you just come and hang out, man? Have some drinks and smoke with us. Hanging out on the street, bro. Block party.
Yeah, surgery scheduled for the end of January now at this point.
Cool. Come down to Chaz, man. Chaz.
Come collect your food, come collect your water.
An autonomous zone.
Third world country, it's not cool. And it's not something that we should support. I feel good, I feel strong standing next to my elected leaders and my community leaders behind me. We have to do whatever we need to do to make sure that ICE is no more. Thank you.
Abolish ICE.
I'd like to introduce Latino Network and Tony DeFalco.
Good evening. Tony DeFalco, Executive Director at Latino Network. We are hurting tonight in our community.
We came together.
We are tired of this violence in our community, and we're pissed off. Just last week, we buried one of our young people from gun violence, not less than a mile from this site at 148th and Burnside.
What's that, the Philippines? Later sent us to Philippines. That's people?
Hindi, paangat nga kasi to. Palusong yun eh.
Anti-ICE too? Anti-ICE protests over there? The Philippines? Hell no, I couldn't be in that crowd, man. Wow.
Sulit.
Allows for private right to action, to sue, to enable our Attorney General and others to bring charges against the perpetrators of these violent acts, and to go even further to protect immigrant communities from this ongoing violence and oppression. Two, we desperately need investment in our community. We are picking up the pieces. 2 weeks ago, 2 mothers were taken from their families. And in our community, the mothers are the glue that holds everything together. And by targeting mothers, they are trying to rip away the fabric of our very community. The ability to take care of our young people, to take care of entire families, and to match up breadwinners, resources that are coming in with the ability to get kids to school, get kids into preschool, is absolutely devastating to us. And we are desperately trying to fill the gaps by providing wraparound supports to our communities in the form of rent eviction prevention, food, other necessary things coming from these violent acts of detention and now physical violence. Those resources are not coming from our state.
But it's a woman.
We need those resources to come from our state immediately. And last, we are gathering tonight to mourn this act of violence at Legacy Emmanuel Hospital, and we're asking all those that are watching or reading tonight to join us to honor all of those that have been impacted by these violent acts by our federal agencies over the last several months, and to know that we cannot be ripped apart despite these intentions of our federal government. We will continue to hold each other close and continue to be the strong fabric that our entire city, county, and state need from our Latina community. Thank you. Next up, Pastors Hennessy and Knutson. I'm not going to choose.
Yeah, it's a long ass
Good evening, everybody. My name is Reverend Dr. J.W. Matt Hennessy, the pastor of the historic Vancouver Avenue First Baptist Church here in Portland, and also the leader of the Interfaith Peace and Action Collaborative. My friends, I echo the very comments that have already been made, and I want to be clear about that. The comments of recognizing that the reason why federal agents are here is because of a false narrative in the first place. When people were told that Portland was on fire, Portland was burning. Portland is a great city, and it's a city I've been a member of for the last 37 years, and I'm not going to let anybody try to make it any worse. One thing's for sure, we have our issues, just like every city does, but we are determined to work together to make sure that we resolve the problems or issues or challenges we have, and we do not need help from the federal agencies to do in more. If they want to do anything, they should go back and restore the grant money that was there that we used to build bridges with police and community. They ought to be thinking about how we restore money to bridges like the Burnside Bridge and things of that nature. That's what we need. But until then, we're not going to let anybody take our joy. We're not going to let anybody cause us to be afraid. And I want the immigrant community, and specifically, as Tony just spoke about the Latinx community, we are with you. As faith leaders, as members of the Black community, I want you to know you are our brothers and sisters, and nobody is going to stop us, and nobody is going to break the chain of our belief in working together. So we will work together. Those who came before us and the allies who worked with them, they had worse situations going on, but nothing stopped them. And I end on the fact that I still recall that one of my favorite verses of We Shall Overcome is the verse that says, we are not afraid. We are not afraid, and we will not be made to fear. We are going to rise above it, reach out to one another, and do everything that we can to work together, pray together, protest together, peacefully together, and remember, let's not take the bait. We can do this peacefully, and peace and love always win.
Thank you, Dr. Hennessy, and to the mayor and the governor, thanks for your leadership and all the elected leaders.
And Dr. Hennessy.
And all our friends, Tony and the rest. My name is Reverend Dr. W.J. Mark Knutson, Senior Pastor, Augustana Lutheran Church, a church that declared sanctuary my first year there 30 years ago because people were facing deportation. We're in a lawsuit right now with the federal government, with Pacun, our church, a church in Florida, a large Catholic church in San Diego, and the Interfaith Council of San Francisco. It's moving now quickly in the courts. And the National Education Association has joined that as well. So around this country and this city and state, people are weaving together a movement built on nonviolent direct action to challenge what is into something that can be new. I do want to say to the press today, we celebrate your work. You're not fake, you do real news, and you are storytellers. There wouldn't have been a civil rights movement or a farm workers movement in the same manner without the press being there to cover it. So thank you, and know you're valued. Let me say this, my 1 minute's almost up.
Just my styles. Thank you for the 10. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like I'm melting in this chair, man. Holy
coming
shit.
Up on the King and a year ago, we backed
Oh
our
my gosh.
30th King service back a week until this new administration came into office. Mayor, you came and spoke at that. And we packed the church. People were ready a year ago, January, to stand up and stand in solidarity. Our prayers are number one with our immigrant siblings, the couple that's in trouble today. We have members from 23 countries. I don't know if that's not one of our members from Venezuela and his wife. It's going through all of our minds. Some of my colleagues say, you were crying. I was crying. We are all crying. We are so torn in this moment, and with a very diverse family myself, as a white male, I can drive around. But my son, my wife, my grandson, daughter, others, our biggest extended family, it's dangerous out there.
What?
And so to know this, the faith community, interfaith, we work closely together in Oregon. Our Native American spiritual leaders on whose land we stand. Jewish leaders, Muslim leaders, Hindu leaders, Sikh leaders, Christian leaders, other people of faith and people of just goodwill to say enough is enough. This cannot continue. It is inhuman. With King's celebration coming up in just a week, his last couple sermons at Ebenezer and then at the National Cathedral and then at Riverside Church in New York, he said the biggest purveyor of violence in the world in 1968, the week before he was murdered, is our own government. Those words 60 years later train truly, because we have sisters and brothers who are us, our brown and black siblings, our LGBTQ members, are afraid tonight, and we should all be standing in fear and holding together one another and saying to this man in the White House, and I know you're watching, I'll call you out, study your scripture. Don't be doing theological malpractice.
Call him out.
Study your scriptures. What does the Lord require of you but to do justice, love kindness, walk humbly with the Creator and with one another. And in that spirit, Oregon, you've shown we can do this nonviolently. Read the 6 principles of nonviolent direct action. Keep doing what you are doing in a peaceful way. We shall overcome. God bless all of you.
We shall overcome.
All of us together, we can.
You really think Trump's watching this shit?
I'd like to call up Jessica Maravilla with the ACLU.
Good evening. My name is Jessica Maravilla, and I'm the Policy Director for the ACLU of Oregon. We're an organization dedicated to protecting civil liberties and civil rights, and a core part of our work is defending immigrant and refugee rights. As you heard today, less than 24 hours after Renee Nicole Good was shot and killed by ICE in Minneapolis, 2 people in our communities were shot by ICE here in Portland. Our hearts are with those who were injured, their families, and with everyone carrying fear tonight, because this is not an isolated incident. This is the continuation of ICE harming our communities. While there is still much we don't know, we do know this. People are in the hospital tonight because of the actions taken by our federal government, funded by our tax dollars.
Okay, so yeah, for those that missed it, and thank you for the super chats. Probably glad you missed it because I had all kinds of internet problems. But so in Portland today, there was a shooting around 2:15 to 19 PST Pacific time, where U.S. Customs Border Protection conducted a targeted vehicle stop in the parking lot of a medical clinic near Adventist Health Portland, which is at 10,200 block of Southeast Main Street, Hazelwood neighborhood. And according to the Department of Homeland Security, agents were targeting the passenger described as a Venezuelan national illegally in the U.S., affiliated with the Tren de Aragua gang, and supposedly linked to like prostitution and a recent Portland shooting. DHS claims the driver, believed to be also linked to the gang, weaponized the vehicle and attempted to run over the agent. An agent fired in self-defense, allegedly shooting both occupants in the vehicle, a man and a woman, and reportedly a married couple. One was hit in the leg, the other was hit in the chest. And so the police responded, which I thought was kind of like, not that they responded was weird, but like, I guess they left. They got shot and left or something. They called the cops. Police responded. Officials confirmed that federal agents were involved. The injured man was the one that called for help. Police locate the man and the woman 2 miles away. And officers applied tourniquets and provided aid. So I don't know. Right now, the conditions remain unknown. And that's kind of it. So, you know, people on the opposing side, they're saying that, oh, they're lying, they're making it up. It's not Tren de Aragua. Or they're saying, oh, it's a husband and wife. That's all it was, is a husband and wife. I guess that remains to be seen. To me, a husband and wife doesn't mean anything. They could be running shit together. Look at Maduro and his wife. I forgot her name. She's not no little innocent. Maduro's wife, she's not this little innocent. Maduro's wife was running shit. Maduro's wife, Hugo Chavez, picked her, I think, and liked her. And that's the reason I think they went with this other guy, Maduro. She's like Griselda.
Border Protection shot 2 people during a what they called a targeted vehicle stop. They say Homeland Security says the agent fired a defensive shot when the driver drove off. I just want to recap a little bit of what we heard. I should mention as well, a 33-year-old man, a 32-year-old woman injured, both, as far as we know, in the hospital. That's the latest information there. Just some of the feelings coming up tonight from Chief Day, saying there's uncertainty, there's fear, there's sadness, and it's real. Governor Kotek saying she is shaken and outraged by this. I want to note something which is really interesting, especially coming 24 hours after Minnesota, where there is surveillance video of the shooting, where 37-year-old Renee Good lost her life when she was shot by an ICE agent. In that case, you saw a lot of officials jumping very quickly. The mayor of Minneapolis, for one, jumping on the video, what they saw, casting judgment, saying, well, our account, what we're seeing doesn't match up with the official account here. You didn't see that in that news conference. You heard the police chief, you heard the mayor, you heard the governor sort of reserving judgment, calling for a complete and transparent.
Right, completely different from Minneapolis. Minneapolis. Reserve judgment. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see if videos come out or what comes of this. Sparkle, thank you so much for the membership. I got to show you this video. Nick Sorter. Hold on a second. They're saying a massive dude, a huge guy, massive dude, just tried to swing on the Border Patrol. He tried to take on all of them. Juggernaut. Let's see. Oh, shit. Hey! Oh, no. Hey, get up. Get up. And they took her down too. Wow. Oh no.
Whether or not the ICE agent should have shot the lady, I'm trying to figure out why she was there in the first place.
Oh, what?
You got a son, you got a family.
Oh, shit.
You out here defending Pablo and Julio like they give a damn about you.
No.
Go home and protect your son. Can't do that now, it's too late. Worried about the wrong shit. And it's the problem. When you start dating people, you need to find out what their politics are. What side of the fence are they on?
That's a good question. Can you date somebody on the opposite side? Oh, yes, Mel, I've been married to my husband for 50 years. We politically disagree, and we get along perfectly well. You had a banana hammock. Can you date somebody? Are you dating somebody right now or married to somebody that has different political beliefs? I think for the most part, no. I've only known maybe one person that I've been with, but that person wasn't like heavy into politics. But I think for the most part, no. I had a friend that I was close with. I mean, got along really well on a lot of things, except politics. And so I avoided talking to her with that stuff, because we're good friends, man. But then one time, it was like, I don't know how we got into it, but Trump came up. This person was like wishing for the death of Trump, but like really, like I can't wait for him to die. Oh, I can't wait. And I'm like, damn, like, why would you feel like that? That's kind of weird. And we had a little thing there. I think it'd probably be really, really, really hard to be with somebody, you know. And so I don't really talk to that friend anymore. It wasn't just that. It was like a couple of times. I don't know. I think it's weird that people that revel in somebody's death. And I know there's people on all sides that do that. But to me, it's like, damn, if I got on your bad side, are you going to be wishing for my death? You're going to be praying for my death and shit? Like, what the fuck? Yo, I got to watch you, you know what I mean? Like, damn. I don't know, man. I don't think, it's very rare, I think. I think it's rare. It just can't happen. It just can't, like, whether you're a man or a woman, some shit's going to come up. You can't watch the news together. You can't talk about anything together. That'd be really tough. I can be friends with people I have friends now that, like, even though that one friend we don't talk, like, if it's kind of light, it's not that shit. Like, I have friends that we joke around and laugh about things like that and we disagree, but for some people, it's like the end all be all. Like, they want death. They want blood. And I'm like, I can't talk to you. That's like fucking crazy. You know? Minneapolis. Let's see if there's any more live feed. Let's see. Some of the feeds ended, but I was thinking of coming back when Portland starts later. She did. She did. Amazing. Let me see. I think it's difficult. I mean, if you can do it, that's amazing. But to date somebody or marry somebody and, like, have completely different political beliefs in the time that we're in, it's tough. Really tough.
Officers, is the FBI going to keep you apprised? Are you in a position to ask for records related to the investigation the same way they've asked the Portland Police Bureau?
Portland starts in 10 minutes. This is Dallas. My daughter's mother, when we first met and stuff, I wasn't really into politics. And she wasn't either. And then 2016 came along. Came along. And that's when I started kind of getting into politics. And it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. And I think back then I was more hardcore. I'm more, I've like kind of relaxed. Believe it or not, I don't know. Have I relaxed more? Have I gotten more crazier with it? I feel like I've relaxed more. Or been accepting of people. But, you know, once I started, like in 2016, my daughter was born. And I started like thinking a little bit differently and kind of looking at things. And then COVID happened. And they sent me to work from home. They sent everybody in the office to work from home. And so I was home listening to all the press conferences that were happening. And instead of getting the little snippets that the news was putting out, now I had the time to listen to all the shit and then catch the snippets that they would put out. And I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. This is complete bullshit. Now my daughter, like, we're not together anymore, but there's no way in hell. If I were to think, like, if I could be with my daughter's mother, there's no way in hell. She'd melt. Like, with all this shit, like, it'd be a wrap. Oh, wow, I didn't even realize they were saying that. Stranger danger. There's a pedo in the White House. Well, you know, the thing with stranger danger is when these things are happening, it's actually somebody they know a lot of the times, you know. It's crazy that these people have set up a barricaded encampment. It really does take me back to Chaz, the Chaz times, you know, Seattle. Look at this. I guess this was earlier or something. Building the encampment. I guess this was before the crowds. Wow, they're cooking food, got pizza. This is Minneapolis earlier. Like, I'm accepting of people. We can have a good time, go hang out, have a beer, have a great conversation. It's when it's the other way around, though. Once they find out or hear anything like that, they can't talk to you. They lose their minds. They become crazy. There's no rationale. All right, let me see if we can find something.
It was started by prisoners inside a Venezuelan prison and then expanded outside the country and eventually making its way to the United States. Gang members have been linked to shootings in several U.S. states from Illinois, Texas, New York, and Florida. It's reported members have been linked to drug smuggling, prostitution, extortion, among other crimes. Now, 2 years ago, under the Biden administration, the gang was listed as a transnational criminal organization. The gang has become a focal point for the Trump administration. A year ago, it was labeled as a foreign terrorist organization. Then in March, the Trump administration ordered the deportation of alleged Tren de Aragua members. In September, 11 members were killed during airstrikes on boats in international waters. The Trump administration had said at the time the boats were headed to the United States and said to be smuggling drugs. Again, the Department of Homeland Security said both of the shooting victims were affiliated with that gang. We're still waiting to learn their names and what their conditions are as they remain in the hospital. Back to you.
Yeah, we'll have to see what comes from the investigation with the two people that were shot. I mean, they're not dead. You know, they're alive, you know, but seems like maybe all the protests are on TikTok. Hey, is this still daylight in Portland, or
Toyota?
Well, they're showing old video.
Police together, went about 3 miles to this area. It's in the Hazelwood neighborhood, about 146th and East Burnside there, where there was a 911 call, we understand, from the man who was injured, describing in Spanish that he had been wounded, the side of his chest, that a woman, potentially his wife, at least according to the dispatch audio, had also been wounded. They're taken to the hospital, separate hospitals, according to reporting from our Evan Watson there. We do not have an update at this point on their condition.
Chandler crushes ice! Phoenix crushes ice! Phoenix crushes ice! Phoenix crushes ice! Phoenix crushes ice! Chinga la migra! Chinga
I think they're saying Phoenix. Phoenix crushes ice.
la migra! Chinga la migra! Chinga la migra! Chinga la migra! Chinga la migra! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our
There's a lot of people. Let me see. Downtown San Diego. Let's take a look at that too. A lot of people there.
No
what times, man. Crazy times. Chinga la migra, that stuff, it's like burned into my skull because of the No Kings protests. Hearing that for hours and hours and hours. Oh my God. Okay, let me look what else they got. Chinga la migra. Oh, there's outside of Portland. Portland right now, it's light. It's light. I'll show you guys, but it's light. Portland, I always think like they start really late. East Coast wise, they start really late. But Tommy said he's heading out there. He's kind of entertaining to watch. Tommy said he's going. He is very, very vulgar, though. Some people don't like the vulgarity. I'm kind of vulgar, too, but not like habitually. You know, some people are habitually vulgar. So it's sometimes for some people it's a little much. Or some people have they got the kids around and stuff. I understand that. But he's funny, I guess. Let's see. Jenga. This is outside of Portland. Quiet so far. I mean, it doesn't look like nothing crazy yet. But I feel like Portland's always like a late starter, late night. If they get popping. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn, what happened? Oh, they got off. That's the only problem with the TikToks is like they're constantly getting on and off. And so it's this constant thing of like finding the next live. Chinga. San Diego's lit. Portland. Oh, there's somebody else out there in Portland.
Got a Fed right here. Fucking Feds.
Abolish ICE! 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 Abolish ICE!
Supposedly this here in the middle is Portland. I'm not sure where. I think the facility, though, the ICE facility, these people will be there later tonight. I don't know, man. A civil war. I don't know. I don't think Trump would let it happen. Oh, Tommy's live? Oh, shit. Really? Tommy! Let's check him out for a little bit. Tommy. Oh, yeah, he's live. Oh, shit. I didn't realize. Okay. Oh, he switched it up. Wait, he has a horizontal stream, though? What? He switched it up?
Quick call 9 Quan.
Oh, he's smoking the Zaza. Looks like Zaza.
All right, if anything goes down, there's like waters and rags in here.
All right, cool.
I'll just leave the door open.
Tonight's gonna be a good night. Polybius in the chat, what up? Is Travis in jail? What? Did they arrest Travis?
Yeah, like that guy. that guy. Did you see I posted him?
I wonder if I guess he still has the whatever it is. He has to stay like however many feet away from the facility. I guess that's still in effect.
Tommy Boy, the Patriot Hulk. Let's go. It's not even that cold out here. I brought my jacket, but it's not even cold enough to put it on. Especially with this fucking motorcycle fucking shit on. Shit keeps you warm. Keeps you definitely warm. It's super tight against you, so it keeps me warm. Who was Travis fighting?
Yeah, I voted for Trump. I voted for him 3 times.
It was like freaking.
Paul Geyer, he got Travis arrested. Geyer said his phone was dead.
I feel like I've talked about that a lot back in the day. I don't really announce it anymore now. I feel like it's pretty obvious. Like I don't think like I need to hold a sign up, you know. But yeah, I voted for the guy 3 times. It's the only times I've ever voted. But you know, most of my family is Democrat. I'm actually registered as a Democrat because I went to go. I don't know why. I don't know if it's when I went to get my driver's license or no. I don't know why. I'm registered as a Democrat. And long ago, I just thought like, I don't know. I really didn't care about shit back then. Like long time ago, I was just like, yeah, whatever. It's like they tell us to be that and you're just that. But then, I don't know, man. You know, 2016, my daughter was born at the end of 2016. And I started seeing Trump, and I started seeing some of the things he was saying, and I liked him. I thought he was kind of crazy too. He is crazy, but I wasn't sure about him. You know, I wasn't really sure about him. And yeah, no, I voted, man. My family mostly Democrat, and I remember at a dinner table. I forgot I don't know if it was a holiday or something. It was like a family dinner because they were all talking shit about him. So I said, yeah, I voted for him. Like the whole table was like, they turned around like shocked and like whatever. It was really funny. And we used to argue a little bit at the table sometimes, but like it wasn't like a big deal like that. You know, a lot of people, their family members, they'll stop talking. Like they have real fallouts. I'm never talking to you again. We might go back and forth a little bit at the time at the dinner table, and that was it. It wasn't like that. It wasn't a big deal like that, you know. And then I really just stopped talking about it when at family functions because I just didn't want to deal with it, you know. And then I found out 2 other family members like him. They don't really tell people. I guess I don't know if they're afraid or whatever. But they don't tell people. But I think I've lost a lot of subscribers because of it over the years. Because even though I don't say it all the time, I don't announce it. I think it's very obvious. You know, sometimes when I'm covering topics and the jokes that I make or the references and things that I cover, like I think it's very obvious. And so some people get really upset.
Oh, good. Don't. Oh no, I was pointing at myself. Yeah.
Tommy, he's on Twitter. You can find him at Tommy for Trump 420. Tommy for Trump 420. But I've loosened up because I think when I first got into it, I was very like, I don't know. I feel like I was kind of hardcore when I first got into it. I've loosened up a lot, I think. You know, I realized there is a lot of hate for the guy. But I also feel like there's never been a time that you could vote for somebody and people just completely hate you. Like you're not allowed to vote for somebody. You know, like people get so angry. They want to hunt you down, want to get you fired.
In gold. I fucking love this fucking thing. Travis is a huge POS.
Man, the interesting thing, I forgot who I saw talking about that. I don't know if it was Tucker Carlson. Like, Some of these, a lot of families are they have like conservative values and they don't even realize it, but then they vote Democrat, you know? I'm out of here, Mel. I can't believe you. I've gotten so many emails. I can't believe you. I remember there was one lady, I'll never forget that she was a viewer and all I did was like mention the Trump and Jean Carroll thing. I think that like she like won the lawsuit or something like that. I think she's completely cuckoo though, Jean Carroll. I think she's a complete wackadoodle. She's the lady that went on CNN and said rape is sexy and all this stuff. And even Cooper Anderson was kind of like, what? Like, I think they cut to commercial. It was really odd for somebody that's accusing somebody of rape. But I just mentioned like an update on the case, and she had sent me like paragraphs of like she's on all this medication and she can't stand Trump and all this stuff, and like it triggers her, you know. And so she was like, she's gonna have to unsubscribe. And I said, you know, I'm sorry you feel like that. And I also said, you're going to have to like turn off the TV. You're going to have to not go on the internet. Like, this is just the beginning. This was like 2 years ago. I forgot how long ago it was. It was a while ago. I was like, if it's making you that sick, like kind of like Rosie O'Donnell, if it's really physically making you sick, I think you should probably turn off the TV, look into your mental health or whatever it is you have to do. And it's probably hard because look at all the stuff on the news. But you literally can turn this shit off. You can turn it off. I can turn it off and I can go into my garden, water my plants. I can go spend time with my daughter. I could go to the park. I can go to an event. You could literally shut this shit off if it's really having that much of a mental effect on you, you know? And get some help or do whatever you need. I mean, look at Nick Reiner and his father, Rob Reiner. I don't agree with the way what Trump said about the guy, but also the guy was going hard on Trump and stuff like that. But I didn't particularly agree with that. But this guy was focused on Trump. His whole life was Trump, and right in his own home was this monster, Nick Reiner, his son. And apparently, I don't know if you guys knew, for some reason the lawyer got dropped, Alan Jackson. People are saying maybe it was the money or something. I don't know. So for some reason, this top attorney got dropped. And there was a podcast, apparently, with this Nick Reiner kid that he had said he was trying to play crazy in some facility to get drugs. And I think that's the route he's going to take now. Plead not guilty by reason of insanity. But I also think there's people out there that like maybe they have some type of mental health thing, but they also know how to use it to their advantage. I think he's one of those people. I don't think he's a victim. I think he's a little spoiled brat, ungrateful piece of shit. And now he's going to try to use the system to get out of murdering his parents. Okay, enough rant. Yeah. Assets frozen. Maybe, yeah. I think something financially happened, I think. Does not watch TV for 30 years. I do feel like TV is just so... I turn this thing on when my mother comes over and just like put something on there. I don't really watch it though. Once in a while, I force myself. Like I try to watch a movie or something. But... I don't know. Airsoft helmet. I never really paid attention to that. I guess it's not bad because I think there were some incidents where people had like bricks and concrete thrown at them. Maybe that would protect them, I guess, if somebody threw something at them. So the Portland's on the left side and in the middle, Tommy. On the right side, I think this is San Diego. I forgot where this person was at. San Diego. The right side is San Diego. I might have to find something else. I'm telling you, I don't think Portland, nothing's going to happen right now. I feel like Portland's always like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., just when I'm comfortable in bed. That's when I say, oh, Portland, you got to come out, Portland. Oh! Right now, it's like, I don't think anything's going to happen right now. It's a small crowd over there. Oh, makes sense, yeah. All right. I think I'm going to get off for a little bit. I know you guys are probably going to hate me. I think I'm going to get off for a little bit. I can restart the computer, restart the modem. Maybe they're setting up for tomorrow. That's true, yeah. Viper said on X, he said maybe they're setting up for tomorrow this weekend. Yeah, it's Thursday today. So who knows? Yeah, Friday, you got the whole weekend. That Patriot guy today was hilarious. Patriot guy was hilarious today. Let's see if there's any news, anything else. There's a bunch of stuff I didn't get to cover. There's like so much shit that I had kind of racked up. But it's just been kind of crazy these last couple days.
My aunt's wife, my aunt was murdered by undertrained, overpaid ICE agents. With a million ways to handle this situation, murder was their first resort. It was not self-defense, it was murder.
Yeah.
A graduate of Roosevelt High School, and as the former governor.
Mama's love. Hold on. I didn't see this. Let's watch this before we leave, maybe, for now. I like Sheriff Grady. I love this guy. Apparently he had something to say. Sheriff Grady. Wait. Okay, there we go. A little bit of a mess. I got to clean up my screen, too. Terry said, I didn't agree with you on Karen Reed case, but didn't cancel you. I really appreciate that. I actually wanted to hear differing opinions. I love your content, and we don't always have to agree, but we're adults. Yeah, the Karen Reed, I went crazy a little bit. The Karen Reed case, I went kind of nuts. I got inflammatory. And I lost a lot of people with that story, too, that case. And that story still continues. Kind of, right? There's the lawsuits. What's wrong with this dog? What I really feel for is I feel like the families that were targeted around the case, I think that was really messed up, targeted and harassed. I think that was messed up, but I appreciate you sticking around. That was a wild case, Karen Reed. There's no way in hell I was going to do the second trial. But those lawyers, she had some damn good lawyers, man. Those lawyers did what they were supposed to do. All right, let's check out Brady.
Do this. Let's send out the message loud and clear. And it should start with the mayor, the police chief, the local sheriff, and the governor of Minnesota. Cooperate with law enforcement officers. Don't resist them. Don't violently resist them.
Right.
If you do violently resist them, if you do felonious assaults with 2-ton weapons, expect to be shot. Hello everyone, Chef Grady Judd here. I've been asked by media outlets and several people to comment on the event that occurred in Minneapolis yesterday. Let me make one thing abundantly clear. You have to be accountable for your conduct. And that starts with the mayor. Did you hear his filthy talk?
Yes.
Did you hear his filthy, uninformed talk yesterday to the people not only of the city and the state, but across the nation? Shame on you. That's lack of professionalism. Now let's look at the event. The investigation's not complete. I am giving you context on the video clip that I saw. Law enforcement officers, federal law enforcement officers, ICE agents, were trying to take the occupant of the car out of the vehicle. During this encounter, the vehicle backed up and then drove directly at the ICE agent. Right. That is a deadly weapon, a 2-ton deadly weapon. So what did the occupant expect? They should have expected to be shot when you commit a deadly assault on a law enforcement officer. So let's do this. Let's send out the message loud and clear. And it should start with the mayor, the police chief, the local sheriff, and the governor of Minnesota. Cooperate with law enforcement officers. Don't resist them. Don't violently resist them. If you do violently resist them, if you do felonious assaults with 2-ton weapons, expect to be shot.
I like him. I like Grady Judd a lot. I stay with you, Mel. Did you get a dog? Karen Reed is innocent. I still think she did it. John O'Keefe was not hit by a car, and a car did not hit John O'Keefe. The only thing with that, and I don't want to get into the circle. I don't want to get into the whole thing. But I feel like if you feel okay, factually she's innocent, right? They found her innocent. But for you to believe she didn't get hit by a car, then you would have to think in the bigger. They brought her inside the house. They beat her up in the basement. Oh, sorry, hit John O'Keefe. They brought him in the house, beat him up in the basement. The dog, Chloe, all this stuff, and all these people and half of the town. I say that sarcastically. I say that when I say half of the town, I say that like hyperbolic, I guess. But all these people have to be involved. I really still think she did it, man. I mean, if you hear those messages, those voicemails, that woman hates kids and hated those kids. I think she was like jealous, nasty, because I've dealt with that. Jealous, nasty, pissed off. I don't know if she really meant to kill him. Maybe that was an accident, like maybe she didn't intend on him on dying, but I don't know. To this day, man, I still think she did it. I really do. But she got off, and she put a lot of money in, and she has good lawyers, and the public perception and everything else. I don't know. I always felt and still feel. No, at the beginning, I was like, oh, this is weird. That the cops did a bad job. They fucked up a lot of stuff for sure. And at the beginning, I was like, oh, this is weird. That's weird. This is weird. Like, that's sus. There was some funny moments too. But I totally think she did it. But that's the past now, man. That's the past. I mean, I say it's the past, but it's not really the past, I guess, because they're dealing with all these lawsuits and stuff, I stuck around also mainly because I like trying to figure out what you're eating. Can't read his innocent mouth. No, I'm watching this dog for today. I didn't buy a dog. They tried to give me. There was a couple of weeks ago. I was outside and these two random dogs were running around, and I realized they were alone. And I was gonna ignore it, but then they were running into the streets, so I went and grabbed them and I kept them for a day until the next morning, where I could bring them to the animal hospital, and they got the tags and they found the owner. But those dogs, I had them in like the guest room there. Man, they tore that shit up. They were beagles. Beagles, and some of the neighbors told me beagles. Is it beagles? Yeah, I think they were beagles. And those dogs are hunters. They're hunters, man. They're hunting dogs. From that one day experience that I had with them, they're not meant to be, I don't even think, in the house or whatever. They have to have probably like a big backyard. They have to have space to run. They have to be out in the open. And when the owner came, she was happy, but also she kind of joked. She was like, "Oh, do you want to take him?" I was like, "I can't. Like, I don't have time." She said her daughter gave her the dogs, but she had no idea. You know, she said the dogs are always escaping. So part of me in the back of my head was wondering, did they really escape or did she just let them go? I don't know. You know, they were really nice, super friendly, polite, cute dogs. You know, but I know my limits. My limits now is YouTube and my daughter. that's lit. I can't like do everything else. But maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe in the future. In the future, I like dogs. Those are no joke. Hyper energy, running all the time. They need to be entertained. You know, like they're very high, I think, high maintenance. Beagles are loud and obnoxious. I mean, I'm glad I was able to, you know, find the owner and stuff and get them home. Because they were wild, man. I was running all throughout the street.
Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miami. Thank you, everyone, for the flowers.
These were the beagles. The little troublemakers. Very cute, very pretty, friendly. I actually think one was in heat. Because a dog, while we were at the hospital thing, it did some weird stuff on the floor. It was like blood on the floor. Like, what? I was like, oh! Very cute, friendly. But there's no way I could maintain those dogs. I like cats too. Not for me, Mel. Thanks, Jam Cracker. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Somebody said get a cat. I like cats too. I mean, they're very kind of like, I don't know. They're very like, I don't know, attitudes. I think they're more hands off, and that could be a good thing. They're more hands off. Dogs are more hands on and like, you know, playful and all this stuff. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna get off. For now. If it turns up in Portland or something crazy happens, I'll come back on. If not, I'm just gonna chill for now for a little bit. We'll see what happens. Oh shit, what happened there?
Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up.
What's she doing though?
Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna get off for now. I will catch you guys. I feel like we'll probably be back on tonight. Who knows? Yeah, that's true. You don't own cast, they own you. They mark their territory. They do what they want. Good night. Bye, guys. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Damn, they're still marching hard, too. Look at this.